Like, like, why are you getting advertisements on your computer? For you own your computer. They shouldn't be able to just randomly change the software you use to operate your computer that you paid for just because they feel like it. It's like what's that company, the digital one that has like it was Unity, right? I think it's Unity, the one that all the video games use to build their shit.
Oh yeah, they decided to try to charge fucking
Like
for
some
something that never charged
ridiculous like
before.
per something or other. It was like per pixel or some shit like that. It was like they're gonna reverse decide to just charge more and make it like a regular like rental fee instead of just paying to use it. Like if you're gonna
Yeah,
use it
it's very
in your
strange.
video game, you're gonna pay us a fee. You paid the fee, all right. You're using Unity in your video game, no problem. Now it's like, no, no, no. You gotta fucking pay us every month because you're using our computer program. And it's like, well, you can't
Yeah, it
change
was
your
something
mind,
different.
dude. Like you can't go back and just start charging people for shit like that. That's not how that works. I think they gave
Yeah, there
up.
was some kind of weird. It was like after a certain amount of downloads from whatever company or whatever app, they would start charging like I don't know, it was like 20 cents or whatever it was. There's some amount per download after that,
Yeah,
which was like, it's gonna end up. And again, if you like uninstall or somebody uninstalls and reinstalls, that's 40 cents right there. Like, yeah, it was very bizarre. And I think a bunch of the game developers were like, all right, we're just not going to use your shit anymore. And they're like,
yeah.
oh, maybe we'll walk that back.
Yep, yep. They were. They were like, so cool. We don't need
And
to use your
I
shit.
think a bunch of the game developers were like, all right, we're just not going to use your
if you're
shit
gonna do
anymore.
that kind of shit, fuck
And
you.
they're like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe we'll walk that back. We're not the only game in town,
Yep.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was nutty, and but it was like one of those things, and it's like Microsoft seems like that kind of company now, where it's just like they're advertising shit on your operating system, and it's like I'm just trying to use my computer. I shouldn't have to fucking click out of ads. Have you seen the YouTube message now? YouTube's trying to fucking push back against ad block again.
Oh, wow, really?
Mm-hmm. Whenever I load up a
Right.
video now, it says like ad block is not allowed. And then I close it and just fucking continue to use ad block. Because it's
fucking
not
weird.
their fucking choice. You can put that shit out on the internet.
Yeah.
How I view it and what software I have on my computer is none of your fucking concern.
Yeah. Surprised it took them this long to try, though, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely agree on that one. That's one of those ones where you're like, yeah, but just now? Like, you would think when AdBlock first started being used, they'd have been, questioned in that shit. But nah, not really.
Pretty nuts.
I know I put some shorts up here. Oh, I didn't put that one up. Oh, there was a great fucking short little video I watched where some dude started spraying the fucking crackhead neighbors.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
It was amazing. So, like, the lady comes up and she's like, yo, why were you laughing at my grandfather? And the neighbor's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what in your fucking cracked out mind? What the fuck happened? Because I don't remember. And the neighbor's like, nobody's grandfather. What the fuck are you talking about? Right?
What the fuck?
And so the lady's like, well, my grandfather came home the other day, and there are all these people standing around on your front porch laughing. You mean there were people having a fucking conversation and laughing, which is what normal fucking people do in a group when they're having a good time on somebody's porch?
Yeah, that sounds racist.
Why would you think that had anything to do with your fucking grandfather? Oh no, they were all white people. It was, race. I can't imagine that race would be involved.
Yeah, you never know. People can shoehorn it in nowadays.
But just imagine the fucking narcissism you gotta have to be like, there's like 10 people standing on that fucking porch, hanging out together, fucking laughing. Gotta be because I did something.
Yeah. It's gotta be about me.
Yeah, it's like,
dude.
no, I'd be like, oh, I must have just missed the joke. You know, like, if I got out of my car and, like, the neighbors were all hanging out in their front yard and they start cracking up, I probably just missed whatever they were talking about, because I sincerely doubt they're even paying attention to me. Like, I probably don't even register at that point. They're all hanging out having a good time. You know, like,
dude,
it's just normal fucking humans. So he ended up
I'm like
having
out and about shopping, and I hear my name, I don't assume somebody's talking to me or trying to get my attention.
Oh yeah. I've had that too, where I just hear people yelling people's names. And I'm like, that voice doesn't sound familiar. It's probably nothing to do with me. And I'm usually right. It usually had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
What's up, Samaj?
Turns out I just have a fairly common first name. What the fuck is going on?
Samaj walked in at just the right time. I was telling a story. It was funny to me. There was this video I saw where this lady comes up and she starts yelling at the neighbor. She's like, "Why was you laughing at my grandfather?" And the guy responds with, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, I don't know. Because you can tell after that response, these neighbors have had beef before, and he's had to deal with these crackhead motherfuckers on a regular. You can just feel it in his voice. But she says, "Oh, there was a bunch of people standing on your front porch the other day, and they started laughing at my grandfather when he was walking in the house." And you know, naturally, the neighbor decided to just not respond to that because it's fucking lunacy. It was just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're crazy. Get the fuck off my property. I'm not gonna answer stupid questions. Because, you know, people hanging out in a group on somebody's porch, they're laughing because they're having a conversation, having a good time. This is just normal shit. They probably weren't even paying attention to her grandfather. Doubt he even registered. But they ended up having to spray him with the hose, and he's like spraying him with the hose, trying to get him off his fucking property and shit, because more of them start cracking out. It was funny as hell, because you look in the comments and you can tell kind of how pussy society has gotten. Because there's all these people who are like, she's just asking a reasonable question. Like, that, in what universe?
Yeah. Yeah, like even asking, like, hey, were you laughing at my grandpa? Like, even that's fucking silly.
Yeah.
Much less, like, literally coming out and accusing people of fucking doing it.
My neighbor's got this nicely built-out garage with, like, a pool table and, like, a fucking loft and shit with, like, a couch in it and whatnot. And they have, you know, bunches of people over all the time, playing pool, having a good time, partying up out there, drinking a couple beers. Many a time have I walked out to my car to leave to go to work and heard people laughing in their you know, garage. It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
They ain't right. They probably didn't see me.
Dude. Yeah, here's the other thing. Even if I thought they were laughing at me, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, actually, I really wouldn't care. To be honest, it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, they might be laughing at me. They might not. I fucking don't value their opinion enough to give a shit.
I'm a fat motherfucker. It's probably funny when I walk. I don't care.
But yeah, fact is, yeah, just assuming they must be laughing at me.
I just got the feeling that was meth neighbor, and this dude has had to deal with them so many times that he's just completely run out of fucks to give.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm tired of your bullshit. What happened? Oh, shit.
There was an expert in the comments, so I really like the guy. He was like, no, that's not a crackhead, that's a meth head. And I'm like, I love that you know the difference. That you have seen enough crackheads and meth heads that you know which one is which.
You differentiate the shitty behavior of all kinds of drug addicts.
Exactly. So are we going to talk about the fucking World War III starting up?
If you want, I guess.
I'm sure you've noticed, Samaj, the stuff with Israel.
Well, a little hard not to.
Yeah, fucking right. Oh, man. Did you see the BLM fucking tried to support Hamas on Twitter? Or
come on, I mean, if you had to guess, that is not surprising at all.
No. No, it's not surprising, but what's really surprising is so many people went along with it, man, and were surprised that the vast majority of people were like, "Are you fucking kidding?" Like,
Yeah. Although it's yeah. Well, again, honestly, I don't know that either side should be getting any support. But they're both kind of like the Israeli government has done a lot of fucked up shit too. Maybe not necessarily terroristic to that degree, but yeah, supporting honestly either of them is kind of gross.
at this point, uh, you're looking at the Hamas went and just attacked like a festival of people. I'm not. I'm not going to support Hamas. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And when it comes to like which side is gonna not want to kill us, I think it kind of gives you the option to just kind of support Israel. Because like if we supported Hamas and condemned Israel and went after Israel and tried to get rid of them, number one, we're real fucking dumb. But number two, it's like, oh shit, we don't want to fuck over the only allies we have in that whole area. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Although, I don't know. I would just rather not support either of them. But yeah, if you had to pick one, obviously. But yeah, I've also heard stories of fucking Israeli snipers fucking shooting kids in the head and shit like that. Although that is not substantiated yet, so I probably should not spread that around until I confirm it. But yeah, they definitely fuck with them. But yeah, that's
to be fair, Hamas uses little kids.
Far worse. Yeah, that is pretty disgusting.
You know, like they fucking hide their bases under schools. They fucking strap pipe bombs to children and send them in. So, like, as fucked as it is, that sniper shot a little kid. Maybe he was right. and that's not to say that he was necessarily right. He could also have been really fucking wrong too. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, did you? Yeah, it reminded me of that scene from the Zohan that I posted. I don't know if you actually watched it, but it's like if anybody's seen the movie, You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Like he's in this, Adam Sandler plays like an Israeli super soldier or whatever, and he's like tired of it and wants to quit. And he's like, yeah, it just keeps going back and forth. Like, when will it all end? And then the mom's like, they've been at it for 2,000 years. It's got to be done soon. It's like, dude, that's fucking funny.
I watched the clip, but it just says it's got to be done soon. Maybe like 5 years, and then that's all it says.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she says it can't be much longer. That's right. She's like, it's been at it for 2,000 years. It can't be much longer.
Yeah, I think I missed the first part of that. I've also never seen the movie, so I didn't know the reference. I watched it 15 seconds. It just didn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, I should have. I should have done more of a timestamp. And my clipping abilities are not. So let's say they're subpar. Let's be generous and say they're subpar.
Yeah. To be fair, my concern with the Israeli thing is not so much for the Israelis, but more for like the international communities. Like we've already had fucking Putin going out and start screaming and yelling about how he's going to nuke the United States. All this shit over the Ukraine thing. And then we get this Hamas invading. We've got all these people who are like supporting Hamas, and it's just like, man, we have got some serious fucking problems in our country, just in general, of like education and morality, because you may not support Israel, and that's fine, but supporting a terrorist organization for going in and killing little kids and kidnapping women, that seems pretty fucked up. I want them both to just fucking,
I want to leave all of it alone, dude. I think they're all awful, dude. Again, differing degrees, not the same.
Kind of like the Ukraine versus Russia thing.
It's
unfortunately, the U.S. has put itself forward as like world police, so we kind of have to figure out like what is going to go on because we fucking put the Israelis there. That was us.
Well, we kept them there. It was the British guy, Lord Balfour or whatever.
Oh, we were definitely involved, though.
Oh yeah, no, we've definitely made it possible to have it still exist over all these fucking 80 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was basically us and the British are the main forces behind that and have been the whole time.
Wait, what if we took the Israelis and put them back in the UK? Just put them all
Yeah.
in the UK, like,
Right.
but only in the
Yeah, all you
areas
have to
nobody
go back
wants
to-
to live in.
Yeah, you can go back
Like,
to where the hell.
all their forests and all their fields.
Put them in with the Muslims, dude. I'm sure they'll get along fine.
Oh yeah, I like that plan.
Let them work it out.
Well, because the
I'm sure they'll come to an
fucking
understanding.
Israeli Jews are not the same Jews as you get like in New York. The little finicky, skinny guys that are like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they're
couldn't hurt
fucking
like
lunatics.
couldn't hurt a butterfly. These are the ones that are like, nah, they fucking tough.
Yeah, yeah, they're fucking ruthless, dude.
They all had to serve military,
Mossad
men
is
and
pretty
women.
fucking badass.
Men
Yeah.
and women, they all served in the military, so it ain't like you want to fuck with any of them.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I guess Ethan Klein's wife served in the Israeli military. Like, that's how they met.
Yeah.
Gila, that Gila bitch. I'm like 90. I'm like 80% sure she is actually a woman, but yeah, she served in the Israeli military. That's how Ethan met her when he
Really?
was over there doing whatever Jewish sabbatical thing they do. Yeah, yeah.
Huh, well, good for him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like he got a little out of his league there. But it's probably he's funny, so.
Oh, you find Gila attractive? Okay.
No, I didn't say I find her attractive. I said she's more attractive than that dude should be able to get.
Yeah, well,
There's a
that's
difference.
again money. Yeah, she's Jewish. Well, actually, I don't think he actually was wealthy when they met. So, yeah, he must have had some kind of game. You're right.
Yeah, I'm just saying he must have had that sense of humor. Must have been what got him there. Because initially, like, they were funny as hell, and then they just got weird.
Mm. Yeah, well, they were afraid to lose the fucking money, the fucking all that shit. So they're like, okay, Susan, what do we have to do? And then they have sucked ever since.
Nah.
Yeah, that was one that was really unfortunate, man. Yeah, them and iDubbbz, like, yeah, the shit, like, again, used to do really good shit, and then they got a little scared about potentially losing a little income, and they fucking sold out.
Well, they
Like,
didn't.
let's do the
They
safe
probably
shit.
didn't
Although,
believe in any
yeah,
of it. You know, they're probably not on anyone's side anyway. They're just looking to get money. So they were just like,
yeah,
they'd already sold
Yeah,
out. They
they-
just
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
saw an opportunity and were like, hey, you know, we're gonna make money. And then they were like, oh
Eh.
no, we're gonna lose money if we keep going down that road. We'll just have to switch it up and go the other way and make more money.
yeah, that's the motivating factor, I would imagine. It seems to be.
It's
How
like
do I get
the
to keep making a lot of money?
like the fake van
What do I got to
life
do to
people.
keep doing that?
Like they're not van life
Oh,
people.
man.
They don't care about living in their van. They just want to make a bunch of money. You know, so they're willing to like
Yeah.
make it look like they live in a van in order to make a bunch of money because that's popular and then it'll get more views and so they'll put out that content. There's a lot of people that would just do anything for clout, any fucking thing at all they can to get that clout, get that money coming in. And just how it is. It's kind of sad, but
Yeah, they
do.
see a trend and they want to try to hop on it to exploit it for cash.
yeah, it's really sad. Fucking.
Fuck this bitch.
What was
So I was
that?
looking up the Janelle Eliana one. I'm trying to find the exposed video for Janelle Eliana. She was one of the van life ones that, again, her meteoric rise was so impossible that it had to be like her parents or whoever buying subscribers and views and that kind of shit. Because she had like 2 videos and had like 2 million subscribers and was getting like 1 million fucking hits, views on her videos. After after literally
After
2
nothing.
videos. Yeah. Like I said, there's ones I can blow up pretty quickly, but yeah, for hers it was quite obviously bullshit. So I'm trying to find the video that talks about it because they point out, they're like, oh, well, sometimes somebody has something like big on Instagram, then they go to YouTube, so they got the base from Instagram that follows them over, that kind of stuff. So the way he's always like, all right, nothing on Instagram. Well, maybe on Twitter, and then like he goes through it all, and it's like, no, this bitch came out of nowhere. They have millions of subs.
Yep. Anything for the clout.
And fucking views. 2 videos in. Yeah, like I said, their parents, which I think is what happened with Lily Singh too. Her parents are pretty affluent, so they most likely bought a lot of her early success.
Good. Good. Get rid of them all.
Yeah.
Fuck them all. Screw them all. Bastards.
Yeah, and not good for her. She got to have the worst late night talk show in fucking history.
Yeah, that was kind of sad. That did not go well for her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, and then, she recently, she did a TED Talk where she talks about how she overcame all this shit to fucking make it because women and minorities, and all that shit.
Oh my god,
and
that's
like,
obnoxious.
Dude, what the fuck, bitch, dude? It's really
you
bad.
got life handed to you on a plate because you fit the racial and gender fucking golden child right now.
Yeah, the right demographics.
You fit the demographics and you were handed something you didn't earn. So now you're gonna fucking act like it was hard to do, difficult for you. Go fuck yourself, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. And like I said, I seriously think that her parents bought a bunch of her early on shit. There's probably some was legitimate because again they push that, more people see it, and probably got a pretty decent amount of preteen children following her after that. But yeah, I believe her initial success was bullshit and bought by her fucking parents. Or just artificially pushed. That's possible too. They could just be like, yes, you seem relatively, innocuous, and you're a woman, and you're a minority. Okay, yeah, no, we'll push you. Just make really lame fucking basic bitch content, and we'll get you up there.
Man, it is really obnoxious, the whole situation.
But yeah,
it's no matter what you do, there's certain people that are always going to succeed better than people with actual skill and talent, just because they fit the right demographic right now. So even those people who are in that demographic who actually do work hard and probably deserve success, get fucked because now suddenly they're stained with that same paintbrush,
Yeah. There's plenty of talented people that obviously don't get pushed or actively get fucking. Think about where Styx would be if they didn't constantly shadow ban them.
Yeah, exactly. But also, just regular people just making regular content that isn't about politics or anything else. There's people that are gonna always have that sort of stigma around their channel, even if they had nothing to do with politics or the race baiting shit, because other people have used that.
Yeah, the one of the channels I follow is Irrational Times. And he's friends with a lot of the people that are somewhat controversial, but he's really not. He makes music, he fucking, does a little trivia show a couple times a week. He's pretty, he's Canadian, fairly fucking, the whole politeness thing and all that. But, yeah, he doesn't really do anything controversial, but he's fucking gets nothing, dude. Because, again, he's shadow banned because he's friends with other people.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I think he's really fucking talented, but I might not be the best judge.
I have no idea. I've never seen him, so. We'll take your word for it.
See if I can find his song about it's kind of silly shit, so it's not for everybody, I guess. But
you know what though? That's there's always room for silly stuff.
Let's see if I can get his Money Plane video. Are you guys familiar with the Money Plane movie?
No.
Yeah, it's a fairly well-known people. But anyways, it's supposed to be like a plane where they fucking take off and you can do all kinds of fuck you want or whatever. And then somebody's trying to rob the plane. That's the basic setup. It's got people you know, like Kelsey Grammer, like the guy, Frazier. The wrestler guys in there. I don't know. There's quite a few well-known, like washed-up actors
I think I've
that are
seen
doing it for obviously doing it for a paycheck.
a couple of scenes out of it, maybe referenced in videos, or like I've seen the very last couple of scenes somewhere. Because I remember Kelsey Grammer being like really mad about something, and somebody's gonna be like, "And now everyone's gonna know you something, something, something," and then he was like, "Ah."
Let's see if I can find the actual. Oh shit! Red Letter Media did watch it. It was like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking
All right.
of.
Okay, yeah, I had not seen theirs, but I definitely need to watch that. I'll post it here just to remind myself too, because I'll fucking forget about it.
All right, that makes sense then, because I
But
was
yeah,
just
it's
like,
shitty.
it sounded familiar, just not something I would ever,
Yeah,
watch.
I would much rather listen to the Red Letter guys, trash it than actually watch the movie.
Fair. Yeah, that's usually the case, though.
So yeah, there's the Edge, the wrestler, the Edge, other people. But anyways, yeah, Rational Times did a video about that because the other guys that I'm talking about, the controversial guys, were riffing on the money plane thing, like trashing it or whatever.
Yeah. It
So
does
here I
sound
was
like
talking about
a
it.
silly movie. I bet it's a lot of fun to watch just because it's just so silly.
Yeah, it seems to fall into that, so bad it's good. It's quite obvious that everybody doing it was doing it purely for money. There's no artistic vision being realized.
Makes sense. You gotta make the bank. Somebody gotta get paid.
Yeah, at a certain point, you're like, all right, I still got a mortgage.
Yeah.
I didn't save any of the money from when I was really popular.
Well, there was I forget which actor or actress it was, but somebody was talking about how like, you gotta follow the formula, do one movie for money, another movie for art, like sort of like that. And I was like, that kind of makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah, I
Like
think it was
sometimes you
Affleck
just
and
gotta
Damon.
take the money because it's worth making that much money, And then other times you
Yeah. Which one was it?
do it for the sake of
There
the
was
art.
one. Was it? Maybe it was one of Kevin Smith's movies because again, he had Damon and Affleck in a bunch of his movies early on. But anyways, they're like talking about it, and they're like, and sometimes you do the safe one, and then you can do the artistic one. One for them, one for us. And then he's like, I think Matt Damon's like, yeah, and then sometimes you do reindeer games.
No.
He quite obviously did for money. He's like, you know what? Fuck you.
I mean, how much money do you make off of reindeer games? It's just fucking money, I imagine.
I assume he was smart enough to get money up front and not do anything on the back end on that one.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
one of the people, one of the actors that was really smart about, like when he did Daredevil, he didn't take that much money up front, but he got a percentage of the fucking profits.
Because he knew
So he
it was
ended
going
up
to
getting
be
way more money.
more money than he would get paid up
Yeah.
front.
Yeah, and then he makes reindeer games, and he knows that's going to be fucking shit. So he's like, no, you're paying me up front. I don't want any part of the back end of this, because it's going to fucking be horrible.
Smart guy.
Yeah. Not bad. Good for him. I don't think I ever saw him the Batman movies he was in.
The Batman movies, Ben Affleck was the Batman with. Oh yeah, that's right. He was Batman for a film, wasn't he? I know I've seen it. I've got like all of the Batman movies on DVD. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was any good or not. Or well, I didn't see it, but I can't remember if other people liked it or not.
As far as playing Batman, he got in really, really good shape. So he fit, physically fit the role. Like he was cut. So he physically fit the role very well. I would say he did fine. It was a believable Batman. Like, he's an actor.
Yeah, no,
it wasn't a bad job.
It
But the films themselves were not like great. So, like, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, I mean, he fits that character pretty well. Like the good looking billionaire
playboy kind of guy. Yeah, rich playboy definitely fits it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything wrong with his playing the role. It worked for me. It wasn't something like amazing, but it certainly wasn't like terrible.
Right. It did all right.
Just the films were kind of shit.
I
think people just don't like Ben Affleck for some reason. There's people out there that don't like him.
Yeah.
The
Batman fans were bad. Before he even played the role, they were so pissed that he got picked. I remember that much.
Yeah, and I don't understand a lot. I can understand not enjoying watching somebody in film. Just like I just don't like the way they act.
Yeah,
so, like that's fair. But there's people who just genuinely don't like him like as a person.
Yeah, that is very odd.
And it's like, but I don't know him, so I don't know how y'all fucking don't like him or like him because he's a dude that exists out there in the world, not like I've never met him, so I can't say if I like him or hate him.
I don't know. It seems like he might be like kind of douchey, but not like horrible. Like, it seems like he'd be all right, like as a person to hang out with.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not.
Like I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. Who knows? Like there's a lot of people out there that seem like they'd be all right to hang out with. I'm trying to think.
Maybe not. Could be asshole.
I'm trying to think of some of those actors and actresses that I've never really like. Oh, what was it? What's that fucking kid that played Spider-Man? Not Garfield, but the one before him.
Tom Holland?
Yeah, Tom Holland seems like he's an alright dude if you were just hanging out with him.
Yeah. Or wait, is that the name? I forget.
He's the one who says, he's the one who was like, they were interviewing him and he was talking about like, yeah, no, I have a girlfriend long term. I keep her away from any sort of like press or media. I don't talk about her. I don't say her name. I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah. Knight said he keeps that separate. He's like, no, I'm not dating an actress. That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know people like me. I am people like me.
Well, he just is like, I go and I do my job, and I do my acting, and I go and I do the promotion, like I'm doing right now. But my personal life, I keep very separate from everything, and I just have that. That's my thing, my own thing, and that's what I do. I don't go to the parties. I don't go socialize with all the other actors and actresses. I live my own life with my friends and my family, and I'm like, that seems like a very reasonable person to hang out with because he's probably very grounded in like reality. You know what I mean? Like he clearly understands there's a real easy way to get yourself lost in that sort of fucked up world.
All fucked up, dude. Yeah.
So I can respect that.
Yeah, there's a few that seem to be kind of untouched by that are like Depp to a certain extent. Like Depp's, he's a little douchey. He's definitely douchey, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. Like he seems like a genuinely decent human being.
I think it's really difficult to be even halfway decent as a human being when you've reached Depp's level of fame. Because everybody that meets that guy has probably got to turn into like the most obsequious, sickening, obnoxious motherfucker on the planet trying to fucking get something from him. You know what I mean? Well, even if it's just an autograph or a picture, they're all like, oh my god, you're Johnny Depp! And he's like, yeah, I was Johnny Depp this morning too, when I was taking a shit.
But yeah, I mean, you could tell, especially like if you followed that trial at all, he had so many people that had been with him for fucking decades, or like worked for him for decades, that absolutely love the guy. And like, never hear
as far
any
as it goes, like how he treats people, he treats people very respectfully, and he's very nice and kind. and genuine.
Yeah, he doesn't think he's above anybody. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, even if they're not working for him, like it seems like he never treats anybody other than just another fellow human being.
Yeah,
Which is pretty impressive. Again, considering his level of fame, because that's like Beatles level of fame almost, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, everybody
Like,
was
it's
trying
fucking
to
nuts.
those Pirates of the Caribbean films really fucking did it. Like, I was
Yeah,
a fan
well, even
for
before that-
Crybaby and, like, those kind of movies, the weird shit, like The Ninth Gate, Crybaby, all that. Those are my jam right there.
Yeah,
I
Crybaby
don't-
was very bizarre.
The Pirates
It
of the
was
Caribbean
interesting.
movies after the first, like, 2 were boring as shit, in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah, everybody seems to really fucking... That was when he just got massive.
Yeah, so that's pretty fucking. Well, again, I mean, he's been big since he was a teenager, though. I mean, 21 Jump Street.
Oh,
Fucking,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's becoming megastar. Maybe. I mean, he was pretty close already. I don't know if
He was
still be
like,
very
he's
well
like
known as
the
Pirates of the
Tom
Caribbean
Cruise
ones.
light.
Like he would still be a megastar.
Yeah, he kind of like the Tom Cruise light.
Yeah. Whereas Tom Cruise kind of lost his mind, although he probably was just crazy to begin with. Now that I think about it. But
Well, you know,
I mean, considering
same
his level
thing
of fame,
as
it's fucking
anybody
amazing.
else. Yeah, he's got to have so many people that just blow smoke up his ass all the time.
Oh yeah, well, the entire Scientology community for sure. I mean,
Oh
he
yeah,
pays, I
they
assume,
saw him
huge
coming,
money.
man. We were ready for him. They were like,
Have you
"Oh,
ever seen
Mr.
the video of
Cruz and his money. We love you, Mr. Cruz. You're the most amazing man ever. Let's give you some
Yeah,
awards."
no, I think you can get up to this level, OT level, whatever. You just have to pay like $1 million. But I mean, I think you're the only person on the planet, maybe, that's able to actually achieve it. So we'll get you working on it and give us the $1 million, and I think you'll get there.
Yeah, I think it's
Like,
just sort of like the
yeah,
human
I-
ability to understand that they don't deserve that level of luxury because they play Let's Pretend in front of people on a camera. And they have to sort of figure out a way to... I'm trying to think of a way to put it. To justify in their mind why they're receiving all of this good shit.
Yeah, they want to feel like they achieved something. Yeah.
So it can't
Yeah,
just
and
be
dude, there's
for
a
playing
fucking,
Let's
like, some
Pretend.
kind of,
they have to they have to
sports
see
show
like
or
it's a
something.
spiritual thing, or they've had spiritual.
Dude, there's a. No, go ahead.
I was like spiritual. It's like that they had some sort of spiritual thing they got them where they are. That was it.
Yeah, but yeah, with the Scientology one, there's video of I don't know, some kind of fucking conference or whatever for Scientology, and they present him with this gigantic medallion, dude. It's fucking insane. And he's up there like, yes, I totally deserve this thing. Thanks, guys. And the check's in the mail.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it, dude. Oh, fuck. Like, it's so obvious that it's, again, all the money he's paid into it is why they're fucking kissing his ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I mean,
Yeah, that's why, like, when...
He's giving them a lot of fucking money, I'm sure.
But yeah, that's the thing that Leah Remini kind of talked about, because she was in Scientology and left. She's like, well, yeah, for fucking Tom Cruise, I'm sure Scientology is fantastic. Like, they tell him how fucking great he is constantly. And he keeps giving them shitloads of money. I gotta get a picture of this fucking medallion thing I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find it. Come on. It's not quite as garish as I remember, but it's still pretty fucking... Oh, that's a good pic. Would you fucking stop it? God, I hate this fucking phone.
Was Samaj talking? Because I see his thing lighting up, but I don't hear him.
It's because I have the fan on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right, here you go. Hang on, I got shit. They said it's not quite what I remember. It's still pretty fucking ridiculous. Come on. See if I can get my goddamn phone working. All right, there we go. That should give you a good idea.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Oh.
Oh, that's a
Samaj, is
big
your,
fucking gold medallion. It's a big shiny gold medallion right there.
Samaj, is your avatar wearing an Edmonton Oilers jersey?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, it's in regards to the new season of Shoresy. I really like it, so.
Right on. Good shit.
It's not that I'm actually a hockey fan. I'm not a sports guy, but I do enjoy Shoresy, so I thought, well, why not?
I like hockey. I don't watch it nearly as much as I used to, but I used to be really into it. I got a Hasek jersey with Sabres. A Dominic Hasek jersey from back in the day.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
You don't know Dominic? Okay, I guess you're not a fucking... Okay. It's one of the best goaltenders of all time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
I am really not a sports person, so.
Yeah. All right, my mistake. Fuck both of you. No.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know your fucking sports team, bro.
You guys are white, dude. You're supposed to like hockey. Those are the goddamn rules.
Those are the goddamn rules. I really don't know much about hockey at all, so.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that medallion is ridiculous, right? Like, that's fucking...
Yeah, it's the size of his
Yeah.
fucking hand, like if he's had an outstretched palm.
Yeah, he's like, I've accomplished so much. Good for that guy.
Got you a nice shiny golden medal. Ain't you special?
Yeah. Oh, I just watched that video of that bitch that was fucking with the street performer guy. The keyboard guy.
Oh, yeah, that was some crazy shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, her and her fucking cunt friends, dude. Jesus Christ.
And then she's all like upset
It was actually
that she
one...
got fucking busted for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that one, honestly, I kind of feel bad for her family, but also at the same time, like, she tried to fucking just disappear. So I kind of, it's still fucked up, but I still kind of understand why people are like, all right, well, we'll go after your family until you fucking, reappear and at least apologize.
Oh, I don't think they were going after her family because she disappeared. I think they were, for once, doing something that wasn't fucked up. Where they were just saying, hey, this is your family doing this shit.
Yeah, this is your kin.
This is what your cousin, your sister, your aunt. This is like whoever she is relation to them. It's like, hey, look what your so and so did. Are you gonna like, now you got to see what they're like, and you're one of the people that helped them fucking get like this, asshole.
Yeah.
And instead of going like, hey, here's her job, let's fire her, I'm like, I can actually respect, and I may not necessarily be the right thing to do. Like, it's, you should just fucking shame the person. But at least they're doing something that's actually reasonable as opposed to harassing some random fucking employer.
Yeah,
and be like, this person did this thing while they weren't even in your fucking business, just doing their own fucking stuff in their life.
Yeah, this one, for some reason, I guess that's why I didn't feel as bad. I feel like it was too fucked up for people to do it in this situation. Because like you said, it's mainly just them like pointing it out to them, like, look what your daughter did, or your fucking sister, cousin, whatever the fuck. Like you want to give her some shit about it? 'Cause it's fucking horrible.
Exactly, and it's one of those things where it's like I can understand that it's not necessarily the right thing to do. To be clear, like I'm not advocating that people go out and fucking harass people's families and stuff like that by any means. or even dox
Yeah,
people.
I mean, again, if
I
they're
get sick
just
and
trying
tired
to-
of this shit. Like, you see somebody do something dumb, like, okay, it's fascinating, but there's just some random person out in the world. They don't have the resources to deal with the fucking consequences for that being on the internet. That's not a fair consequence for their action. A fair consequence for their action
and
is
again, if they were,
you're going to find that person, let the person who was the victim know, and then that person who was the victim can use that information to either file charges with the police or not, and then you leave it the fuck alone after that. That's fair consequences. After that, y'all are a fucking psycho. Like,
but yeah, in that instance, yeah, he was actually pressing charges, which I'm fucking glad.
yeah, I was actually really happy to hear that, because one of the things that always bothers me is those kind of things where you hear about it, you see this awful thing, and somebody's like, but I don't want to press charges, I don't want them to be in trouble. It's like, but they're going to do that shit to someone else, dick.
Yeah, and well, not just them, but that has kind of a trickle-down effect, too, where people think, well, no, people are going to be fucking saps, and I'm going to pretend to be sorry, and they're going to not press charges, so I can get away with this shit.
Exactly.
So when every time you see someone actually suffer consequences, it's going to deter. Yeah, you're either going to encourage more people to do the same shit or deter people from doing the same shit. So it's, it's almost a shitty thing to do to not press charges on them.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like
100% agree.
Like you think you're being like empathetic and being the bigger person, but what you're really doing is again encouraging them to do it again, and anyone else who knows about it.
You're passing the buck. You're taking the problem and you're passing it on down the road to the next guy. That's what's going on when you do that shit. And it's very infuriating to not just me, probably, but a lot of people. I'm really not a fan of that behavior because I want to see those motherfuckers go to jail because they're fucking obnoxious.
Indeed. People suck. Oh yeah, did you? I don't know if you actually watched the video or whatever, but the pitcher for the Dodgers, where that bitch was trying to shake him down for all his
trying
money.
To shake him down for money, and then she's gonna serve no time at all, or something like that.
Yeah, well, she basically accused him of assaulting her or whatever.
Yeah.
And it came out eventually that she literally asked for it. She literally asked for the rough sex to get punched and fucking choked out.
Oh, she set it up in advance to she wanted the rough sex so she could use that to go after.
Yeah. In fact, the apparently her legal team just decided it was acceptable to withhold information, like her texting her friend saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna hook up with this guy. He's worth $51 million, so I'm gonna set him up and rob his ass," or that kind of shit. So obviously, when that came out, but then she was on TV trying to act like she isn't completely full of shit. It was fucking insane.
Oh, I didn't realize she was still on TV and shit. Like people fucking people still like this bitch.
Well, somebody had interviewed her, and at least they were kind of letting her go. But they were kind of confronting her with okay, but you said this and this. She's like, oh, well, that's why I was hoping I would just go to court so I could. And then just at the very end, the bitch is like, yeah, you're completely full of shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She was letting her try to explain away it, and all of it was obviously bullshit.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was kind of funny.
I didn't know the full extent of that story. I'd only kind of barely heard about it.
Yeah, I'd like to see her insurance company go after her since they paid out $300,000 to her for some fucking reason.
Oh, that would be really nice
thing.
if the insurance company could go after her. But I wonder if it's even possible, or if they talked to their lawyers and their lawyers were like, "Nah, sorry, fam, you fucked."
Yeah, it could be a case of that she was just paying the legal fees or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what the situation was, but even then, she quite obviously, it's kind of like the Amber Heard thing.
Yeah.
They'll pay your fucking legal shit, but when it comes out that you were obviously committing fraud and it was premeditated negligence or whatever, you're not really entitled to that. You know what I mean? When you fucking deliberately set up the shit, but then want to have your legal fees covered, it's fucking bullshit. Yeah, I would hope the insurance companies fucking go after him for that shit.
Yeah, you hope the insurance company did, but I'm just looking at it from the perspective of, I would imagine that if they didn't, it's probably because they talked to their lawyers and were like, yeah, that's wrong, but legally speaking, we don't have enough to, like, get it back, and or like, it would cost more to get it back than it would to get...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth going after it to get the money back. If it was like $3 million, probably, but the $300K, they'd probably spend more than that trying to get it back from her, and then never getting it back from her anyway. She's probably spent the fucking money. By the time the court shit's over, the money would probably already be spent anyway.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. That's the really fucked up
But
thing.
yeah,
It's also, that's like,
fair.
just as a random offside, that's what screws over a lot of people who get their money seized illegally by the government.
All right.
And people who are like victims of asset forfeitures, like robberies, where the police are like, oh, you happen to have all this money from gambling, or you're going to buy a car, or you're like, you deal in a business that, just involves cash for whatever reason.
Right.
And then suddenly they just take all your money because, it must be illegal. We don't need to have a reason. You have to prove it's good.
Yeah.
And then it's just,
it
costs so much money to prove that the money's not illegal that it's just not worth the fucking time.
Yeah. Civil asset forfeiture is, I don't know, seems very unconstitutional. But maybe I'm weird.
It is, and it's slowly getting pushback. More and more places are making it, like more and more states are saying, like, we will not allow it, that kind of thing. But it's one of those things that was, like, okayed by, I think, the Supreme Court at some point for some reason. I don't know why, but...
Yeah, there should be a definitive ruling on that, because it is really fucked up.
Yeah, you should have to have some sort of evidence in order to, like, take people's property.
I remember... I can't remember who the baseball player was, but, like, it happened to, like, this baseball player. They're like, no, you're carrying too much money. Like, there's no way you're not down to illegal shit. And he's like, dude, I make millions of dollars a year playing baseball. Carrying a few $1,000s at a time is, what the fuck?
That's a normal thing for me. Yeah, the amount of money you have to be carrying to be having your assets seized is so small too. It's like anything over like $4,000 or $5,000 or something. It's like I've on multiple occasions bought cars that are worth more than that. And I've paid with, cashier's checks, or I've paid with cash for stuff that's on that level. That's perfectly legal.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you had happened to have the misfortune of just getting pulled over and somehow they knew you had that much money, yeah, they could fucking seize it and say you're selling drugs, probably.
Yeah.
No proof at all required. Yeah. Everything sucks. It's business as usual.
Yep. I think the only thing that's the saving grace for people like right now, as far as like asset forfeiture, is that they can usually get some help from like the Institute of Justice or other organizations that are similar that will basically take the court case for them, and they'll save the money.
Right on.
Like they'll get the money back for them, and they don't have to pay for it, kind of thing.
That helps.
So that's kind of nice that that's out there. But yeah, it's a shitty situation. I feel really bad for the people that happened to, because there are a lot of industries where, like, I think the first one I ever heard about with that kind of case, where it was like asset forfeiture, was a guy who dealt in rare orchids. Right? So, like, rare orchids are really, really valuable. I mean, who fucking knew?
Right.
Like, in the thousands and thousands of dollars range. And so this dude would basically travel around buying and selling rare orchids, and he'd have to pay in cash. Like, because they were like, I'm giving you a flower. I'm not going to take a check. You could cancel it tomorrow. you know, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do? I can't get a flower back from you, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are, if I remember that correct, like orchids, that kind of shit, right? So, there's some that like only grow on like certain Indian reservations. Like, they have to have the guys that live on the reservation or are part of the tribe are the only ones that can fucking
Grow and
harvest them
sell
or
it.
whatever. Yeah, and for them, they're like, yeah, cash only. I'm not taking a check from you, fucking white man. Like, pay me fucking cash.
Yep. That kind of shit happens too. There's lots of stuff where, you know, or like antique trading.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people who are like, for very good reason, they're just not interested in the risk of taking a check or a credit for like you know, antiques and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're like, nope, taking the cash. I'm trusting you fuckers.
Man. Alright, let's see what else we had down there. I know it's some wacky stuff going on in the world.
Indeed.
So the piano guy, the fucking Rice Krispies at home. I thought the Rice Krispies one was the silliest one.
Yeah, yeah. I watched some of it, but then honestly, I got to a certain point and I realized like it sounded interesting, but now I don't care anymore.
So
I got, like, a
essentially,
few minutes
you
into
make
it.
Rice Krispies at home. You just got really like quiet and tinny. By just
it
taking parboiled
disconnected, really
rice
connected.
and then heating it up really hot, and it'll pop like popcorn.
Nice.
And it's not like something that's interesting or impressive. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, we all knew that. Like, you pop rice and it turns into rice puffs, and you sell it, and people like it, and it's very crunchy and tasty, and lots of people do it. And then he's doing it with salt, because, you know, salt has an extremely high like melting temperature, so you can get it as hot as your stove will go. It's never gonna melt. It's never gonna like catch fire. It's never gonna be dangerous. Other than, like, you know, obviously put your fucking hand in it or some dumb shit like that. But it's funny because, like, you think about it, you're like, you could just buy a box of Rice Krispies for a couple of bucks at the store, or you could spend all this fucking time trying to save like $3 by making your own Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
And then at the end of his process, your Rice Krispies are all weird and salty. Like, who wants weird, salty Rice Krispies? Like, that's not... The fun part is that they have that plain rice flavor to them. Like, that's part of the you know, what people want.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, again, if it's not something that's super expensive to begin with, that's pretty crazy.
It's like, what does a box of Rice Krispies cost you? $4 or $5? Even now, like with the crazy rice like prices and shit, I don't think it's that expensive.
No, it's not.
Maybe I should look though, just to be sure. Like, just fucking, who fucking knows?
Yeah, it's a basic cereal. So, like, a giant box might be $6.
Well, it's not even like
Average
sugary
size
cereal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see, in my local Safeway, the store brand for a 12-ounce box is $4. For some reason, it's not showing me the price for Rice Krispies. Did I spell this shit wrong? Is it spelled with a K or some shit?
Yeah, it's spelled with a K.
Crispy Rice cereal.
Yeah, Rice Krispies, I believe it's spelled with a K, K-R-I-S. It's the same as, it's just a K instead of a C.
Oh, okay. I never fucking buy cereal, so.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say,
yeah, well, and that something like that.
Yeah, it is with
I
a
just,
yeah, it was with a K. Rice Krispies.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones where the generic's not. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
it's
some cereals where
$7 for a 24-ounce box, or you can spend $4 for a 12-ounce box.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, and that's one of the ones. There's certain cereals where the generic is pretty much really close to as good as the
Oh yeah,
name
Rice
brand.
Krispies. I always get the generic. It's gonna be just the same. It's crisp rice. There's not a lot of.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few. There's a few that the name brand is significantly better, but for the most part, the generics are going to be pretty much right there.
Like on
Not
par
worth paying
with.
the extra for the name brand. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Those
yeah,
name
what was
brands
it?
generally going to be a little better, but not much.
Growing up, like we always got when we used to buy like a lot of soda for the house because like me and my brother and sister would all drink a lot of soda before everybody realized just
Right.
how much fucking sugar is in it.
Right. Yeah.
We would get a lot of soda. We would always get the store brand, and it was like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good. Like it's no real like extreme difference.
Yeah, as far as like a regular cola goes, yeah, Coke and Pepsi's slightly better, but I mean, not
Yeah, well, it's
I'm
like
not
the people that get mad when they get offered
percent sure
Pepsi
I could notice a
instead of
difference in a
Coke.
taste test. Oh Jesus!
It's like they're not that different.
Yeah, the only one that's yeah. Even Dr Pepper is definitely better than Mr Pibb in my opinion, but Mr Pibb's okay. It's fine.
Well, and Dr. Spice from fucking Safeway brand is on par with Mr. Pibb. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I always get the store brand cola because it's less than half of the price.
Yeah.
And again, the other shit's definitely not twice as good.
Water
It's
and
more than twice
sugar
as
and a
good.
little tiny bit of flavoring in a fucking really small wad of aluminum that's been turned into a can. Like, the cost for them to produce it is
Yeah.
extremely low. So, like, if you're buying a name brand on soda, you're really ripping yourself off.
Yeah, you're basically subsidizing the advertising, the ridiculous amount of advertising they employ.
I wish I would love if they had generic seltzer water, flavored seltzer waters that were like, you know, because I'd love to buy those instead of the regular seltzer water now,
Yeah,
where it's like, you know, $5-6 for 8, and it's like, you know, that's they're making 2,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, you know, 1,000% profit. Like it's not. They're not
Yeah.
paying
yeah, it's
almost $1 a can to make it. They're paying a lot less than that.
I'm trying to think because I think Coca-Cola was supposed to be I don't know if they still are, but they used to be for the longest time. Like they paid more in advertising than any other company on earth.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Over the last 7 years. Hold on, I'm looking it up now. Over the last 7 years, Coca-Cola has spent over $4 billion on worldwide advertising. Billion with a B.
If you can soak teeth in your drink and dissolve them, and people are still paying you to buy it, like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, 4 billion. I knew it would, I was expecting it to be several hundred million at least. Wow, $4 billion fucking dollars just in advertising. Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. I knew they were like the highest one, so. And I hadn't checked it in fucking probably 20 years. Good for them. They seem to be doing okay, I guess.
Coca-Cola, they seem to be doing all right. Yeah, they're making a fair amount of. You know, they're not hurting for cash too terribly much. No, they're all right. They're all right.
Yeah,
I mean, we were
Coca-Cola
worried
thing's
they
just a
might go out of
fad.
business, and we would have to support them again. You know, but
Yeah, too big to fail.
yeah, that's really starting to become a real fucking obnoxious fucking statement. All these too big to fail companies where it's like, Yeah, I don't really fucking care how big a business is. Maybe they don't get free money. You don't fucking show up at my house and be
it's
like,
ridiculous.
you too small to be homeless. You know?
Yeah, the concept is absurd, dude. It's like, no, the marketplace will correct. Like that business will go elsewhere or whatever the fuck. You know, the market will survive.
And
So
clearly it should go elsewhere because they're irresponsible people running the business that they were running.
yeah, no, the too big to fail is quite obviously propaganda related. That statement was come up by somebody that was like, fuck, how do we justify bailing our buddies out that gave us a shitload of money in fucking campaign contributions? How about too big to fail? Like, it'll be ruinous on the economy if this one big company, doesn't work out or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All that kind of shit. Trickle down. That's another pretty propagandized.
Trickle down economics just sounds like somebody's talking about peeing in your face. And I think
it does, doesn't it?
It's like, oh, trickle
Probably
down.
Why they chose. I wouldn't be surprised if that's why they chose that language.
Can I have the leftovers off of your plate when you're finished eating, sir, if you don't mind? Like, that's essentially what trickle-down economics is. It's like you're getting the scraps off their fucking plate. Once they've stuffed their face with roast fucking goose and there's like a turnip and a fucking weird lump of cabbage mush on the fucking corner of the plate, you get the turnip and cabbage mush. That's how that fucking works.
Yeah.
Might as well fucking line up with the pigs at the trough.
But yeah, they managed to sell it, I guess. They fucking do this.
Oh yeah, no, there's people that like you even like fucking what's his name? Crowder used to talk about that shit like it was the holy fucking grail. Like that was one of the things I never agreed with Steven Crowder on. Like I got a kick out of his humor and stuff like that. Now I can't stand the guy because how he treats his wife and all that. But like fucking this trickle down economics was a big thing for him. And he never said it as trickle down economics, but he described trickle down economics all the time, where it's like, no, if you give businesses a bigger piece of the pie, then all the employees get a bigger piece of that pie, and it's like, no, that's trickle down economics, and it doesn't work. It never has. It's bullshit.
Yeah. You're going for these greedy corporations and expecting them to be like, oh yeah, no, share all this shit with our shitty little low-life
we're all greedy fucking monkeys, and greedy fucking monkeys don't go like, oh, I got 10 bananas, and that other monkey over there only has no bananas. I should give him a banana. They go, I could pay this other monkey 3 bananas to protect my 7 bananas so that monkey doesn't fucking steal my bananas. You know, like that's how that works.
Yeah. No, it was an absurd concept from the beginning, dude. And the fact that it still goes on, like at first, because they talk about how Reagan came up with it, and like I don't know, they kind of I assumed, and I think this is what they did on purpose, is like I assumed I'm like, oh, okay, so it ended with Reagan no longer being president then, right? Like no, it's been going on, Democrat, Republican, whatever. It's been going on the whole fucking time.
Oh yeah. What was it? It's like the superhero trope of the monster that absorbs power, and then the superhero just has to get angry enough, and then he can just give it more power than it could possibly take, and it kills it.
Yeah,
it's like the same thing. What was that? Was the Incredible Hulk movie?
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk.
Banner. Yeah, like his dad was sucking the power out of him, and that's how he was, becoming powerful and stuff. And so he was like, "Oh, you want power? Take it all." And then like fucking, okay, wow, that's amazing. Woo. What an awesome way to end that fight. But same sort of thing.
Oh shit! Oh, there we go. Yes.
Though to be fair, watching the guy make Rice Krispies with black salt was really kind of fun to watch. It was like little white maggot worms popping out of there, and he was like all excited about it, and you're like, that doesn't look appealing at all. It looks like you put salt in a pan and maggots crawled out, and now you're scooping them up like delightedly.
Eesh. Tasty.
Did you
Yeah, that's
watch?
kind of the image I got when I first saw the thumbnail, man. I'm like, that looks like maggots. I'm like, is that what you're going to tell me? The poor people are just taking maggots and pretending they're Rice Krispies? That's what it looks like.
Puffed maggots. You'll eat bugs and like it.
Mm-hmm.
Maggot Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop, maggot Krispies. The snack that talks back. Oh, did you watch the guy that got pulled over by the cop?
No, I was trying to get to that one, but
it's
I didn't.
incredibly satisfying because the cop pulls him over and he's like, "Oh, you were on your cell phone." He's like, "Nah, I wasn't on my phone. My phone's on that mount right there. Been there the whole time." The guy's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you were speeding." It's like, no, you can't just make up a new reason. That's not how that works. You can't just keep pulling. You can't keep trying to come up with other reasons to pull over and give somebody a ticket. You fucked up. They didn't do nothing wrong. Now they don't get a ticket and they get to go. It's not supposed to. You can, legally speaking, you're not allowed to continue on with your speed trap after that, or whatever traffic stop you're doing. You're done. That's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where it was like, and it was just fun watching the guy be like, "Good try. Now why don't you get your fucking supervisor out here? Because you ain't getting my driver's license. You ain't writing me a ticket. You're fucking done." It's like cops are just fucking. I tried to be nice to police. Like I agree with the police. I don't hate the police. But
right.
There are some cops that you just can't fucking deal with. Like they're on a power trip in their fucking head, and they're gonna fucking fuck you over. They're gonna fuck somebody's night up. They're just out for fucking blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they fuck it up for the rest of them, dude. It's like now everybody assumes all cops are just corrupt. Like, no, there's decent cops out there. Less and less, I would imagine, nowadays.
Oh, well, yeah, now you get, like, fucking SJW cops. I can't even imagine. Like,
yeah, so it's going to be basically
easy.
bullies and SJWs is going to be the only fucking cops we got left because nobody wants to do the job. Because everybody hates fucking cops. Yeah.
Well, the only benefit you get from, like, SJW cops is that, like, what are they going to do? Unless they got their gun out already, right. you get the drop on them. You just fuck them up real hard. Not that I would recommend that, but I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Yeah, dude. My brother, when he was younger, probably like 18, 19 or whatever, there was a kid that we went to school with that had become a cop, and he was supposed to like actual class, and basically it was like. Trying to cuff him, and my brother was like not really even fighting back that much, but just not letting him cuff him, and the dude could not do it, no matter what he fucking did. Like, yeah, my brother was just like, nope.
He's
literally just saying that out loud. Nope.
Oh, he was saying it too? Oh, that's kind of mean.
Oh yeah, he was literally saying it out loud, dude. Nope.
That's a little unnecessarily mean.
Yeah. Although, well, not really. I mean, the dude was trying to fucking flex his power and being an asshole.
Oh, the guy was trying to cuff him, like, not legitimate. I thought it was part of the class for some reason. I'm my bad.
Yeah, I think it was like it was like a party or something that they were breaking up, and you know what I mean. It wasn't fucking arrested, dude. So it was kind of bullshit. Yeah, and I assume the kid was like, I remember you making fun of me when I was fucking in school and I was a little shitty brat. I'm gonna fucking get you now. I don't know if that's what was going on in his head, but it seemed like that's what was going on in his head. I wasn't there. I'd heard about it later, but...
Yeah, no, there's something wrong with a lot of cops. It's a real genuine issue. There's some seriously fucking dumb, screwed up cops out there. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure I've told this story before. I think I have. One of my managers, one of the management, her son is a cop. And so she got the
All
bright
right.
idea to bring Jackass Jr. in to fucking teach everybody about how to, like, uh, uh, keep themselves safe while they're out, working on the floor of the house or the program. So you're not, like, you keep yourself from getting attacked by the clients, or if they do attack, how you can, like, get away really fast. And this dude just went up and
All
started,
right.
like, twisting people's arms and showing off how he could, like, hurt people.
Wow.
It was
That's
like, it was the
fucking
most
obnoxious.
useless information. Like, it was so fucking, And then, of course,
So did
me
father
being
tell
like
you
a big
anything?
dude was in the audience, and he just decided he needed to fucking demonstrate on me, and I'm just like, no thanks. Like, yeah, you
Keep
can
your fucking
you're
hands
gonna,
off.
yeah, if I follow your directions, you're gonna win every time. It's like, and he's like, well, you can't get out of that, and I'm like sitting there thinking, like, yeah, I could fuck you up. You're a little guy. I could fuck you up hard, and I could do it right now in
Yeah.
front of everybody here. But I'd lose my job, and then you'd arrest me because you're a cop, and you're a pussy. You
Yeah.
know, like, and I know you're a pussy because you got to come here and give all these people who were hoping for some sort of genuine self-defense lessons. You just use that as
Yeah.
an opportunity to come in and bully a bunch of people you've never met. You know,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Like, fuck you, dude. Why don't you illustrate all this shit on your mom, asshole?
Yeah, fucking illustrated on your mom. Now that I like.
Yeah. She seems to be okay with you being here. Let her fucking do this shit.
Yep. It was that kind of shit, and it was just like, it was really fucking dumb. It was just like,
Yeah. That's so fucking obnoxious, dude. Goddamn people. People suck, bottom line. And most people should have zero authority ever.
yeah, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of people that can, be trusted with authority or whatever the fuck, but I feel like a majority of people can't be.
The majority
Not a
of people
vast
can't be
majority,
trusted.
but over
Yeah,
50%.
there's a lot of people
again,
that.
I'm not saying like 90% or something, although
I think
it
the
might
majority.
Be,
I think the problem is the people that can be trusted with authority are not the people that look for authority. So
Yeah,
the
they don't
vast
want
majority of people that seek out authority can't be trusted with authority because they're fucking assholes.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's kind of like for politicians. Like, there should be some way to force people that have zero interest in being politicians, be forced to be politicians. Not forced, but you know what I mean. Like, people that don't really want it. This should be the only people that are eligible to be politicians.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Like, all right, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Again, there's no way to make that work in reality. It would be nice if there was some way to pull that off.
It would be, wouldn't it? It'd be pretty delightful. Would be delightful, indubitably.
Yeah, it's a nice concept, but again, no real practical way to pull it off. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
But yeah, anybody who craves power should absolutely not have it.
Yeah, that's. I like the one book I read where all the politicians were immediately put in prison.
Mm.
It's like, oh, you want to be a politician? All right, cool. We're just gonna put you in jail now. Why? Because you're gonna be there eventually.
Right. They're doing some future crime hit shit here, and anybody who wants to actually wants to be a politician is by definition a criminal.
Eventually. Eventually, they're all criminals. Man.
Right. All right.
My back. The new season for Overwatch 2 started a couple of days ago. So for the last couple of days, because I happen to know a lot of people that are playing it now, I was on like groups of people playing it just for all day. Like, so my back's a little fucking sore from sitting in my chair too much. Oh, that's what is one of the fucking games that Microsoft keeps pimping out on me is that stupid fucking Space Fallout. I forget what they call it.
Oh, god damn it! I just bought a fucking. The Rockstars have it on there. Starfield.
Yeah, it's free on PC Pass right now.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
nice.
I like that butter on the ribs thing you were showing.
Mm.
That was,
yeah, dude, I've got to try that, man, for sure.
It was a very appealing recipe.
I mean, if you wanted the what do you call it? Like, if you like the crispy crust thing, why are you putting like butter on it? Like, it seems that will like soften it back up, right?
I think in
Like,
that
if you like
case
the
they
crispy
weren't
outside.
looking for crispy; they were looking for soft, right? I mean, I thought that's what they were.
Yeah, maybe, but I saw like at one point, like when they're cooked, he's like, God damn it, I don't want fire on that. He like ran the blade across it, and I'm like, okay, so you want it crispy, but then you're wrapping it up in foil with a bunch of butter. But yeah, you're almost certainly right. That's what
Well, I think
they're
it was
actually going
specifically
for.
because he was going to do his nachos cheese sauce to dip it in. Though
Yeah,
me personally,
dude, that was the best part.
I would
Did you
want a
watch
nice
the
and
end of it?
crispy crust for that.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that nacho cheese
Yeah, no,
sauce
at the
looked
end.
good.
Yeah, but you see what he saw at the end? He's like, or said at the end, he's like, you know what, these ribs are so good, I'm not even gonna eat the sauce. I'm like, so you're making this whole video with nacho in the title? You're like, it's not necessary.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you're right. I did notice that. Yeah. Where he was like, I'm gonna use the sauce when I eat them. I'm like, fuck you. Give me the nacho
Yeah.
cheese sauce, motherfucker. I want to fucking nacho ribs. Tell me.
Yeah, it's just weird that he left it in the title and everything, and then he's just like, I'm not gonna use that. These are too good already. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, change the title at least.
Yeah, that is really frustrating. But I do like the. It looked like it was really good. I don't know that I would want nacho cheese sauce and then to dip barbecue ribs in. That seems kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Like
it's a little
over
weird.
the top, like really bad for you kind of stuff. Like what do you call it? What was that KFC thing that everybody was into for like a hot minute? The Double Down, where it was the two breasts were the sandwiches. And then it was like bacon and sauce and cheese in the middle of two chicken breasts.
Yeah.
And you're just like, at
Dude,
the end of that,
so
you're like,
bad.
nah, dude, that's cool.
Yeah, like even for me, that's a bit much.
Exactly. All fucking pass. Thanks. Like, not that it sounds bad. I'm sure it tastes fucking amazing. I'll pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever tried it. Like, it's something I probably would have tried if I did, and I also was, at a KFC when I remembered.
I saw that you could, when you started being able to order food, I saw that they brought it back for a while, like as a temporary item. So I ordered it.
Oh, right.
I was like, ooh, I can get it delivered, so I don't even have to have the shame of ordering it in line. All right, cool, works for me. I'm going to order this shit. So I had one, and I've had one, and that's my limit for life. I get one of them. I'll never have another one. It was okay. It wasn't, oh my god, this is so good, amazing. It was like, this is pretty good, but I don't really need to have it again. Like, I'm a pass. It's a little over the top.
Yeah, it's something a nice experience once in life, and then never again.
Like, I went to a strip club with my friends, on a buddy of mine's 21st birthday. Like me and another friend of his had already turned 21 at the time. And one of my friends was like, "Hey, first birthday, let's take you to a strip club. We'll all go and see what it's like going to a strip club. It'll be fun." Right? So we all went, and yeah, it was all right. I don't think I'd ever go to another strip club. I just don't care.
Oh yeah, no.
And we didn't go to like a
never,
low end one. We went to a high end. Like you paid $30 just to get in, and this is in like 2001 when that was real money. You know? When that would still buy you like 15 gallons of milk. No, I mean it wasn't expensive, but it certainly wasn't cheap. Like we each blew through probably $700-800, maybe a little more, getting lap dances and shit like that. But you know,
I never understood the appeal. I never.
Lap dances?
I've been to a few.
Well, the first time I went, I was, I was like, all right, this is cool, but I'm just gonna go home and be sexually frustrated now. Like this is not.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna spend $700-800, I'd rather go fucking get a hooker, and I'm not interested in getting a hooker. But I mean, like, for that amount of fucking money, you might as well get a fucking real blowjob. Come on.
You can get a real fucking blowjob from a hooker for way cheaper, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, but for $700-800, you probably get a blowjob from a really good-looking hooker.
Right.
One that isn't like disturbing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I want to make sure nobody knows I got that blowjob from that person. That's I'm paying you not just to go away, but to never ever mention my name again.
Right. Maybe I want to get a blowjob from a chick that doesn't have a C-section scar.
Yeah.
And a couple stab wound scars. You know, really splurge on the blowjob. Definitely
true. Very true. That was definitely an experience. So it was fun the first time, we went and all that kind of shit, but I just would never spend my money again.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing to do. Like it's something you should experience. Everybody should experience, I suppose. The only time I ever went was when for bachelor parties. Literally the only time I ever went to any of those. I never said, "Hey, let's go to the strip club with like my friends." I guess that had happened once or twice too, but I'm like, anytime we go, I'll be like, "All right, I'm not giving any money to these bitches. I have no interest in that." But whatever, I'll hang out and have to constantly tell the women that I'm not interested in the lap dance because I'm not wasting money on that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Oh yeah, that was part that really started to get weird towards the end of the night. It's like, I don't need some fucking person I ain't never met whispering in my ear anymore tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like this is starting to get kind of fucking irritating.
Yeah, it's a very Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just like, they're doing it for the money. You know what I mean? That's why it's like, I don't know why that's a pleasurable experience. Again, other than like you said, you got a curiosity of it.
One of the girls, try one. One of the girls was like, "Oh, you're free to touch me like wherever you want, as long as you don't touch my vagina or try to kiss me." Right? Mm-hmm. So like, ooh, you get to squeeze the boobies, and it's like, well, yeah, but that's still not really fucking gonna do it by the end of the night. Like, come on.
Right. Yeah, unless she's actually letting you use her tits to jack yourself off with. Like, it's not really
fucking exactly.
Yeah, you should ask her that. So can I do that? Can I?
Oh, and then you go home with a big wet spot on your fucking pants, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
From where they fucking dry humped you and rubbed fucking whatever kind of juice on you.
Yeah.
Nah.
You had a snail trail all over your fucking clothes.
Yeah, on your pants and shit. And then like, there was this one Asian I got a lap dance from who like put her junk like 2 inches from my face, and it's just like, this feels really fucking uncomfortable and awkward. Like,
yeah.
Like, now if I could do something about that being there, sure, but you know, it's just not that exciting when you're not doing anything. It's just like, it kind of looks like an alien mouth.
Right. Looks like you have a. Did someone hit you there with a hatchet? What the fuck is going on?
Are you gonna implant eggs in me? Am I gonna have the next alien child?
That thing gonna fucking hug my face for a while?
Face hugger. Oh. Oh no. That would be fucking funny. Like some chick doing like a lap dance and grinding in your face, and you're like, it's a face hugger. Ah! See how quick you get thrown the fuck out. Oh
damn.
You would not be allowed to stay in that fucking establishment for very long if you started doing that.
Right. Killing the vibe. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, you're making the other guys soft. Get the fuck out. Oh, man. It was also interesting to see for me, because, like, it was the first time I'd ever been, and the only time I ever went to one of those. How quickly you can get completely used to just everybody being naked, and it's just like, oh, yeah, I don't really care.
Oh, right.
It's like, if you go from, like, wow, naked people to, like, whatever, everybody's naked. This is just fucking boring now.
That's pretty crazy.
It actually kind of made me kind of wonder about nude beaches, because, like, that kind of sounds like it'd be kind of nice. You know, you just hanging out on the beach, not have to wear any clothes. It's like a nice warm day. It'd be pretty relaxed, as long as you got sunscreen on, obviously. But I can kind of understand that. I don't know if I'd want to be on like a public nude beach, but if I owned my own beach, yeah, it'd be kind of nice to be out there to be butt naked on the beach. Wait, I don't know if you can own the beach. I don't think
public
you can.
ones, like dozens of people. Because again, there's going to be some hot ones, but most of them are going to be.
Oh yeah,
someone
yeah.
you can do without.
You're not going to be looking at the cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, like, I don't think I'd give a shit, because, like, it's not going to put me off that somebody's naked. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I've seen enough naked people just working where I work.
Jesus, dude.
Oh, dude, the number of times, dude, I swear to fucking Christ. So, for whatever reason, there are a lot of people who move into these group homes, these group homes, and they'll be like, they want to sleep naked. And it's like, you can't sleep naked in a group home, dude. Like, you're just not allowed. Not how that works.
Yeah, are there multiple people in each room? I'm assuming.
We
like
have
in each bedroom.
we have 12 people in, I believe, 9 rooms. And so there's like double rooms and single rooms, and I forget what the ratio is, but you can do the math if you really want to.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 3 double rooms.
So there'd be 3 double rooms, and then the rest are single rooms, or there's 4 double rooms, and the rest are single rooms, or something like that. But
yeah, it'd be 3 and 9. Yeah.
But
yeah,
oh no, then there's not 9 rooms, because there's let's see, there's 1, 2. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. There's only 3, and yeah, there's 9 rooms. There's 3 doubles and 9 single rooms. Yeah. But like the guys in the double rooms sometimes they instead of kicking the guy out, which is what they should have done, they gave a guy his own room because he kept jacking off on the floor of the double room he was in.
Wow.
So he just jizz on the floor and walk away. And his roommate would be like, I'm tired of walking and cum. Can you guys fucking stop? Like stop this? Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
He jacks off. He can jack off in the fucking closet. He didn't need to fucking masturbate on the floor of the bedroom. And it's like he should have been immediately removed from the program.
Yeah.
Like, that's so fucking inappropriate. Because
not only that, I'm curious though.
There's no locks on the doors. There's no locks on the doors. They don't get to have the door shut. We're allowed to go in at any time we want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. After I said, like, oh, mates. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You got to check on them, I assume. So yeah.
Hey, sorry I haven't been talking too much.
Fair enough.
I'm going to be dipping out. So.
All right.
All right, man.
Talk to y'all later.
Have a good day, man.
Thanks for stopping by, bro.
Sorry, I'm still fighting off a flu. So.
I kind of forgot you were here.
Feel better, man.
So
easy
quiet.
enough to do. Easy enough to do. I can imagine. All right.
All right,
Hopefully I'll be there next time.
Get better.
Peace, dude.
Oh, that's funny. I genuinely forgot he was here. I hope he gets better soon.
No, I was gonna say something like a few minutes ago. I'm like, he's not muted or anything, but he's not really talking.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever
hear him say,
the
like, I would
reason, I hope he gets better soon. The flu's kind of a shitty thing to have, so.
Yeah. There was a couple of times where I was gonna be like, is he okay? I think he might have been like delirious or something. I think because I thought I heard like a little like his I was thinking his speaker or whatever was fucking up, and he was trying to talk maybe, and we weren't hearing him because it wasn't coming through.
Yeah. Well, it's
But
hard to
I think
get a
he was
word in
just, like,
edgewise
delirious.
sometimes between us.
Yeah, especially me cutting him off constantly. So
Yeah, I almost wonder sometimes if you're doing it on purpose.
yeah, oh, dude, I wish.
It's like sometimes it's like,
Fucking
man,
weird.
you have done that enough times in a row now that I'm genuinely wondering if you just fucking with him.
I'm sure I have on occasion, but it's usually obvious in those situations. Like I will definitely make it.
Yeah.
No, go
I
ahead.
know the majority of the time
Like
it's
it's
not
like-
intentional. It's because you can't see the
Yeah.
physical other person. So the cues
Yeah.
that you would normally have in a social situation that say when to talk and when to listen are not there in a Discord call.
Yeah, I think also part of it is he tends to, it's mostly just me. He also tends to pause like a little bit longer for people before continuing what he's saying. Does that make sense?
I do that in this I do that in Discord and I do that in VR chat. I've recognized it, and it's hard for me to like not do it, but I definitely do that too much.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, and it's also I just for some reason when something is in my head and I want to make a point, I think it's because I know I'll forget it. I think that's part of why I forced it in. Because like if it goes more than 8 seconds, then I get goldfish. You know, I'm like if I wait more than 8 seconds to say this, I'm gonna forget it.
Huh.
So I try to shoehorn it in any opportunity, I guess. I do feel really shitty about it, so I have tried to work on it.
Well, then I'm glad I brought it up to make you feel more guilty. No problem. Glad I could help out. Oh wait, now you gotta
Indeed.
send over your methed out like wife to get mad at me.
Yeah.
Oh man, it took me forever in this game to figure out how to properly label shit in the teleporter. Because for the longest time, I'm seeing other people with these teleporters, right? When you go into the teleporter, it's just you enter like this big orangey, yellowy, glowing orb of light, and it's a dome that you're inside of, and you see these stones, and you click on the stone, and it takes you to that teleporter. And the
Right.
stones have like names based on wherever the teleporter is located. But I was like trying to figure out, I can't click on the stones to rename them like I would for anything else. Oh,
Right.
you label the teleporter base where you arrive in a place. You label the physical object that the teleporter is whatever you want, and then the stone that takes you to that teleporter will have the name of that teleporter.
Oh, so you don't name the stone, you name stone where it goes instead of the actual stone.
Yeah, whereas everything else, if you're going to rename it, you have to like hold E while you're looking at it and rename it, or something along those lines. And I was just like, oh, now I get it. I'm fucking dumb. Okay.
Well, shit's not shit's not always laid out like intuitively like it should be. Or, you could actually like, if you tried to rename the stone, it could say no, you got to, like it could have a prompt up and says, no, you can label the transport thing, but not the stone. So go label the transport. Like it could tell you that if you're trying to prompt to change it. It would have been nice, I guess, if they had labeled it like that. Yeah. Well, it's similar to what I was talking to on the Far Cry Primal, where it doesn't point out, like it says, you don't have this weapon, but it doesn't say, upgrade this and you'll have it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't say that upgrade this and you'll have it part. I ended up going through the whole goddamn game with all the fucking badass weapons.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Mm. But yeah, they just completely labeled it in a way that, doesn't, like, let you know. Because, if you're playing through, you don't know, especially in one where you got to collect a shitload of resources. I was like, well, I don't have the weapon yet, so I don't want to upgrade it, and I'm going to save it for, like, some other weapon I might get before that. That kind of thought. And it turns out upgrading it was what gave you the weapon.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah, it was just weird the way it was set up. I assume most people had no problem. Like, most people are probably like, oh, I can upgrade something, I'm going to upgrade it, and don't think about it. But for me, I'm like, no, I'm going to save that. I might want to get, I might get another weapon earlier, and I might want to use these resources on that.
Well, it's a good thing you saved all that stuff, because then you had it all for later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all for after the game's done, and you don't have to do anything. There's nothing very particularly difficult to do anymore. Yeah, because now I'm just going back and doing... Yeah, now I'm just going back and doing all the shitty side missions that I just completely skipped on the, on the initial playthrough. Finding all the different fucking masks and amulets and whatever, all that shit. Because I'm one of those completionist guys.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that thing done. Yeah, there has to be a complete stage complete thing.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off about Far Cry 4 is the spots that, like, oh, now I've discovered 81 of the 80 locations, and the reason that it's not 82 is because the one location I can't get to, they put the marker for it 10 feet below a riverbed. So underneath the water, underneath the riverbed. So not even just at the bottom of the fucking river, the top of the river, bottom of the river. It's literally in the dirt, like 10, 15 feet below. That's where the marker is that you have to get to.
Oh, wow.
So you literally have to do some out-of-the-map shit to get to it. That's the only way to... Like, the way you have to do it is insane. I gotta get one of the... Because it's weird. How you have to do it. I don't know who fucking figured it out, but... Dude, yeah, I gotta show it to you. It's pretty fucking, like... Why the fuck wouldn't they just fix that? You know what I mean? Fix it. It cannot be that complicated. Again, I have known nothing about, like, graphics programming, all that shit for games. I just can't imagine it's that difficult to change it from not being way under the riverbed where you can't get at it to, at the top of the riverbed. Or even just at the top of the fucking water. Because there's a couple that are, like, they're up in the air, like, 20 feet or something weird like that. But at least those, like, you have the weird little gyrocopter thing. Like, you can get to those. Like, you just need the little stupid gyrocopter or whatever, and you go 20 feet above the ground, you're fine. But when it's way under the riverbed, or way underground, yeah, only getting fucking out of the actual map and getting under the map is the only way you're going to be able to get at it.
That's weird.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember that location.
It's like a Bethesda level fuck up.
But yeah, doesn't it seem like that can't be that complicated? Like, it seems like that should be put on the very first patch. Like, oh yeah, by the way, we fixed that goddamn fucking location marker so you can actually get to it now.
Yeah.
Without doing all kinds of weird acrobatics or whatever. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's definitely like a Bethesda level issue.
Under river... Oh, there we go. Far Cry 4 river location glitch. Is this the one? I'm trying to remember if it's that one or... Drunk Connects. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. All right, let's see if this. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it and make sure real quick, but no need to wait around. We can talk about other shit in the meantime.
No. Let's just have dead, awkward silence.
That could be fun too.
That's always the best possible choice.
Yeah, this is the one. Okay. It's the weirdest shit, dude. Alright, let's see how long this is. Yeah, it's like an hour. A minute 45. It's not that bad. But yeah, basically, yeah, whatever. If you feel like let's see it, it's really stupid.
Oh yeah, if you want to spend that much time, go for it. It seems like it's not that long of a time, though. Honestly.
Yeah. It probably takes like a minute and a half. It looks like, roughly.
Well, you know, like I've played games, so I recognize that kind of fucking obnoxious shit.
Yeah. But it is, again, literally every other one I got. Literally everything else is done. That one goddamn thing. This shit, it's almost like he's flying under the map. Alright, yeah, there's some weird shit going on, because it's like you're under the map, basically. Not outside, like left or right or whatever, but like up and down, you're under the map. It looks like part of it it looks like you're flying, like, you know, like you can jump out of a gyrocopter, fucking mountain, and kind of, you know, you got a glide suit or whatever the fuck they're called, wingsuit. So you can fucking glide for forever. So it looks like part of it is that, and then part of it you have to swim, like for quite a ways. You're swimming through a long ass section of water, and I think you have to actually, because there's different shit that you can, I think they call them like syringes or whatever, but it's basically, you know, shit that'll help you, like some of the shit will make you run faster, some of the shit will make you take less damage, that kind of shit. And there's one that lets you breathe underwater longer. And like you have to swim, apparently you have to swim underwater for quite a ways under the map, so you have to like pop one of those just to have enough time to get there.
Oh, weird.
But yeah, if you want to check it out later, it's pretty fucking stupid.
Sounds really fucking annoying.
Yeah. That's why I was like, fucking asshole developers. Couldn't be bothered to fix something like that simple.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Because I would assume, and maybe I'm giving them too much credit, but I would assume during testing and that kind of shit, wouldn't you check and make sure, like, okay, we got all these locations and stuff, let's make sure we can get to every marker. That people can get to every marker. It seems like something that should have been caught during that process.
That does seem like a thing that you would find in the process of the testing the game. You know, like
yeah.
Like, oh hey, so I was finishing all the fucking the challenges or whatever, and suddenly I realized you can't fucking do this.
Yeah, either that or they did do that, and they're like, fuck it, ship the game anyway.
Well, that's how Bethesda usually handles shit. That's raw. That's a Bethesda decision right there.
Yeah. The way Bethesda handles it is so obnoxious, dude. Because they know the fans love the shit, and they know the fans are going to fix it. Which is just a shitty way to fucking do business. Here you go. Here's the game that can break it. So when you find those things, fix them for us, would you?
And then we're gonna take all the shit you guys made for the game community to make it more enjoyable. All the content we could have been, spending time making, we're gonna take that from you, and then we're gonna sell it for money.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're not
Give
going to
none
get
of
any
it.
of that money. We're just going to sell it for money.
Yeah. It's such a shitty way to do business, dude.
Honestly, that's 90% of why I have no interest in their new game. It's like, I'm just not going to fucking buy that game. I just don't want to play it. I don't want to fucking give them money.
Nah. Yeah, I really hope I'm able to hold Scroll 6 comes out. Because, yeah, I'm tired of that shit, too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend the money on their game. It's not fun.
Yeah. Hey. But I love the fucking Elder Scrolls fucking universe so much, dude. Fucking pisses me off. They take advantage the way they do.
Oh yeah, that fucking, the way they do that is very fucking obnoxious.
Speaking of obnoxious, I keep forgetting the last time I had messaged Satan and Satire about coming on. I'd sent him the pirate joke, the fucking pirate pun joke, the steering wheel and the crotch or whatever. And I keep meaning to, like, I didn't want to do it right away, so I was waiting like a couple weeks, and I wanted to message him one of these days, like right before we start, and then like explain the joke.
Oh, because you gotta explain the joke. Yep.
Yeah, like you wait, like yeah. Well, like, like a couple weeks later or whatever, it didn't matter. Wow. I just wanted to be like, well, you see, because in pirate speak, when he says it's driving me nuts, he could be saying, because me is mine in pirate talk. When they say me like that, they could be mine. So he could be saying either it's, making me insane, or that it's literally steering his genitalia, you see. Like, you know what I mean? I want to do that kind of explanation.
It usually mean either one, which is why it's so funny.
So punny.
True, punny, yes. Worthy of...
So yeah, remind me one of these days, dude. One of these days I'll have to do that. I haven't heard back from him.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to have kind of like turned a corner into like almost
he's gone full degenerate.
Futternut levels of just drinking all the time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I hope he makes it back.
It seems like the having a bar thing really fucked him over badly, that whole situation.
Yeah, it's something where he kind of like, it was just like, all right, fuck it, I don't care about anything anymore. Fuck everything, fuck everyone.
Which is a shame, because he seemed genuinely very excited about having a bar, which, your own business is it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, didn't he get fucked over somehow? Or something? I don't remember exactly what had happened, but... Because I think you were saying he was busting his ass for a while,
right? He was.
Like,
he was doing multiple jobs. That could be the other thing. He could just be working a lot. Because he was working like 2 or 3 different jobs for a while just to make ends meet.
Yeah, so to have that fucking shit kind of get wiped out, yeah, I can understand that fucking breaking somebody.
Or at least being extremely frustrating.
Yeah. Alright. Poor little feller.
Poor little fella. like a fucking horse. Oh no. That poor little feller never stood a chance against that something or other equally bad thing that I don't remember.
Why are they wearing... I'm sorry, I was looking at the thumbnail. The red letter guys watching Money Playing. They're supposed to be riot shields? You don't have to answer, by the way. I'm just thinking out loud. Just wondering out loud.
They do weird little things before a lot of their stuff. You know, they
I was watching one of the
little skits and stuff like.
Yeah.
There's the certain what's the one with the old man where they're supposedly fixing the guy's VCR, but he just never fucking gets it fixed, and they just never it's never really addressed. The guy never goes anywhere else and just gets his fucking work done properly, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the last one I watched. So they're basically like, there's a thing where it's like kind of dark in the room. The old guy, the old fucking super dry sense of humor guy is coming up, and he has like this big ass fucking metal thing. And it looks like he's gonna like chop the other dude up. And all of a sudden he turns around and he's like, oh no, I found this. I got this to open the wine. And it was like just a gigantic wine opener thing he was carrying. He was like, oh, okay, never mind. And he like just throws it to the side. So it's like you're thinking he's going to come up and kill him. He's like, oh, okay, we don't need it.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they were doing the talk on...
yeah, Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah, Friday the 13th. I was thinking Freddy Krueger or something, but I think that was not the right one.
Yeah. yeah. So I think the old guy had said he hadn't really seen any of them before, doing them for the episode.
Yeah, he'd watched like
that was a funny thing.
The original like first two. I think he said. Like he said, I watched the first two, but that was it.
Yeah. Once they had to start bringing them back to life, I suppose probably a good time to have checked out.
Yeah, I can see him checking out. He's not into that kind of thing in movies. That is definitely not his jam.
He definitely appreciates the so bad it's good stuff, so that's kind of nice.
Oh yeah. Well, and here's the thing: whatever he's saying, that's his opinion. Like, who cares, right? Like. Him not liking a movie doesn't affect my enjoyment of a movie. There's plenty of stuff they've made all sorts of horribly mean comments about that I like.
Yeah. Is it funny? That's kind of all I care about. I don't need to.
Exactly. I just enjoy watching them have a good time talking about movies, and sometimes I agree with their opinions on films, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I disagree.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was that one or not. If they were talking about the most recent Friday the 13th or something else, but they were really making fun of the movie doing the bullshit. So I thought that was fun to see, because that was something I definitely agreed with, and they were definitely funny about it.
They're also pretty good about addressing and making fun of a lot of the pandering kind of stuff that films are doing now. But they stay out of the political aspect of it. So, like, they're more than willing to be like, yeah, they just did this for no fucking reason and it was dumb. Like, they did it because they wanted to, pander to a small group of people that want more black people in films or something. And so they'll mention that.
Yeah. But they don't really go beyond that. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, they don't make a big deal out of it. They don't make a big political statement. They're not like, and I support so and so for president. They're just like, yeah, this is pandering, and it was dumb, and it didn't really work in the film, and it was kind of made it boring, whatever.
Yeah. They're all right. Those guys are all right.
And then sometimes they agree with some of the pandering, and they're like, well, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be able to do this or that or the other thing, and you're like, well, I don't agree with you, but whatever. Like, that's their opinion, so I'm not gonna,
Yeah, like I said, just being funny. I don't need to agree with you.
Exactly.
Just be fucking funny. Even if I disagree with your conclusion, if you say it in a funny way, that's good. That's enough for me.
There's a lot of people I hang out with in VR chat that are definitely not on my side of politics. And it works because we don't discuss politics in VR chat very much.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare that the topic even comes up in conversation, and most of the time, if it does, it's just people complaining about living in a communist dictatorship or something.
Right.
One of my friends is Venezuelan, so he lives in Venezuela. And
oh Jesus! All right.
he's normally very chill, but man, don't fucking try to promote communism around this dude.
Oh yeah.
He's not
They're
going to
kinda
be
like
quiet
Cubans.
about telling you how fucking dumb you are.
Yeah, I would assume anybody, like you said, Cubans, Venezuelans. Yeah, they either lived through it or they have a parent or grandparent that had. And
Nobody
they
I've
fucking
ever
hate it.
met in VR chat, I've met a lot of people that have lived in communist countries. None of them have ever been like, oh yeah, no, it's great. All of them have been
Yeah.
like, you don't want communism. And then people will be like, well, you know, that's because it would... No, they're like, no, 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 no. I live in it. It sucks. You don't fucking want it. Like...
Yeah. Yeah, but that wasn't real communism.
They shut it down fast. Like, they just have no fucking tolerance for it. It's crazy how
Yeah.
quick they go. And
Yeah.
it's like, I don't say
Yeah,
anything because I'm just not interested in having that fucking conversation in VR chat because I don't fucking care because we're not making any decisions on whether or not the United States is communist. So why spend a bunch of time arguing over it? Just no point.
Yeah, it is a very pointless
And no one is going to VR chat to have a political conversation to change their mind on something.
Yeah, they want everybody to tell them they agree. That's it.
Yep,
They
they're
don't
just
wanna
trying to
fucking
get
argue.
agreement. Because, like, what was it? I was, oh, this is a long fucking time ago. I was in a public room hanging out. It was like, the room looks like a bar, so it was really, really popular. Lots of people would come in and hang out and bullshit. And, this guy comes in and starts just fucking going on and on and on and on and on about, how it's wrong to... what was it? He was on about, not castration. But you know what I'm talking about? The fucking,
Jesus, circumcision.
circumcision. Yeah, he was all about, like, how circumcision was wrong. And it was like, all right, dude. I'm like, and I just went over and I'm like talking to the dude. I'm like, dude, I agree with you, but, like, you're doing more harm than
Yeah,
good. Nobody
talk about
wants
it
to
here.
have this conversation. Nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's like go to a fucking room where that's the topic of the discussion if you're that insistent about talking about it.
Exactly. If you feel that strongly about it, go feel that strongly about it somewhere where other people want to hear it. Nobody here wants to hear it. They just want to fucking bullshit and tell jokes and be silly and have a good time. And you're fucking ruining that for everybody. Could you just fucking stop? Like, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. It's wrong. But you're doing more harm than good to your own cause there, pal. Buddy, pal,
if you're that obnoxious,
fucking
you're
pal, buddy,
you know,
guy, you know?
yeah. Best case scenario is you're changing nobody's mind. Because the worst case scenario is you're turning people against it.
Exactly. And it's just so fucking obnoxious. And so it's like, yeah, I don't do that, but man, you just do not want to try to walk into any room ever that there's somebody who lives in a communist country and tell them how awesome communism is. That is just not going to work out for you because that is a group of people who are like, you know what? I'm not going to tell them not to say anything. You're going to tell them not to? You tell them. All right, you go ahead and try.
Yeah, have at it, buddy.
Like, they are very strongly opinioned that you are wrong, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, especially, the fact that they've actually lived it and you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's definitely a weird mindset of people. The pro-communism crowd is very odd.
Yeah, they really do have a hard-on for that. The fucking whatever. Like, they're very, very strongly opinioned about communism. I've never understood it. Never ever got it. And I don't know
it's
why.
mostly college kids. Anybody that went to college, it seems like, have been really brainwashed into viewing cosmic communism as a fucking great solution.
Yeah, it's really strange how much into it they are.
Yeah, it's very much an indoctrination.
And
they
it's,
do it in a way
frustrating.
That's not laid out logically.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not. It's definitely not logical.
Yeah, well, they kind of imprint it on people like on an emotional. That's a lot harder to break. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you're using logic, they can be swayed away from it by logic. So if you get it to them on an emotional level and you convince them that capitalism is actually evil, mean, and fucks with, kills people or something, then it's going to be much more difficult to sway them off of that because they're invested on an emotional level about it.
Yes, very much so, and it's sad. It's kind of sad to see. A lot of the times they don't really even understand a lot of what they're talking about.
Yeah,
like
very
they'll
few
start
of them
talking
actually...
about communism, and they're like explaining it, and you're like, "That's not how communism works." Like what you're saying is capitalism with like welfare or something like that. Like you're not even describing the thing you think you're describing.
Yeah. No, none of them can fucking actually argue it on any actual level. It's very odd.
Yeah, it's very strange how poorly they understand the things they're arguing. But, it is what it is, sadly. And they are... They just seem to really fucking... I don't know how they get these kids into believing it. I think there's a weird, unfortunate... It's like an unfortunately large group of people that are kind of obsessed with... They seem to think that they can make the world be the way they want it to be, and they don't really get that... that what they're talking about is just, that's not how the world really... That can't be... The world doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not...
Yeah.
It would be great if it did.
I've mentioned it millions of times. They want they have this vision of what it should be, and they legislate shit as if that's how the world is. Like it's going to magically, alter reality to what it quote unquote should be.
Yeah, and then somehow they think they can it's really weird.
They're like, well, no, the world shouldn't be that way. So this is how it should be, so this is what we're going to do, and it'll just magically end up that way somehow.
And it's like, that'd be great if we could do that, but that's not how the world really works. Like, that's just not, that's just not real.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately, we can't just all wish really hard and cause things to be the way
and
that,
then everything will
want.
be fair, and everybody will get the the candy that they want, or the fucking car that they want, or whatever.
Indeed. Yeah, it's very, very delusional.
It's sad.
Mindset.
It's sad because, these people get to vote. If you think about it,
Right.
It's a really unfortunate situation because it's a person who's clearly too ignorant to really understand what they're talking about, but they get to have a say in how everything gets run, and it's like, well, you're really fucking stupid. Like, I don't know that it's such a good idea that you get to say what does and doesn't happen for this or that or the other thing.
Like, yeah, you are exceptionally stupid, sir. Apologize, but you should not even be in charge of your own life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, much less have a vote in how anyone else lives their life.
Yep. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
People suck. Bottom line.
Yep. Somebody, you seem awfully fond of the bottom line statement today.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
I'm distracted. I gotta stop
People
playing the
suck,
game.
bottom line. People suck, bottom line. Like, yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that is kind of my catchphrase. I actually say that a lot now that I think about it. I use that a lot.
Oh, Bluebell advertising is like, it looks like fucking work safety videos. That's weird.
Yeah, dude. Every
I
time
never
I see those in the
connected that.
store, I'm like, why? Why the fuck is...
I haven't been to the store
Yeah.
in so long. I haven't even looked at, I haven't even seen that stuff in so long because we don't buy a lot of sweets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely some weird shit going on there. It's some kind of obviously retro advertising shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I listened to that Joe Rogan thing. I missed that somehow.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty short. It was
Why they love Joe Rogan
it was pretty funny.
alphas. I don't
Yeah,
like
it's
alphas.
more-
Alpha males, why do you love Joe Rogan? He takes testosterone,
Yeah,
but in a
it's,
cis way. He's totally open my mind
it's
to
making
ideas
fun of
that I
Rogan
was
a
simply
little
too informed
more.
to even
I get
consider. He
the
doesn't
way I
like the
kind of
word mob.
interpreted that thing. If you watch later, is
Oh, it's
more
the
making fun
onion.
of Rogan.
Okay, never mind. I thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
legit.
No. It's definitely, but yeah, it's more making fun of the Rogan stands than the fucking dumbass.
Oh, the Rogan can do
You
no
know.
wrong people? Yeah, there's always those
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't have a problem with Rogan. He seems like an actually decent guy. Pretty inquisitive,
people. Yeah.
although he's a dumbass on a few things, I'm sure.
Oh, there's a bunch of shit I've heard him say where I'm like, dude, fucking stop smoking so much weed. You're so wrong.
Yeah. Like, no, you've officially become too open-minded.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
believe crazy shit like that, right? There's open-minded, and then there's just believing any crazy shit you hear.
Yeah,
And
there's a point at
definitely
which
fall
you've
into
gone
the
too
latter
far
category.
and you really need to rein it the fuck in a little bit.
Yeah, like a little skepticism is not bad. A little skepticism can be good for you.
Yes, that is very true.
Like if you're suddenly like, oh, maybe the world is flat. Like, yeah, you might be gone too far in one direction.
You don't think the world's flat? That doesn't
Yeah,
sit well with
I'm
you?
one of those. I'm one of those weirdos that thinks, the world is round, and
Oh yeah, you
that
fucking globist.
the Roman Empire existed. I'm one of those weirdos.
Fucking globist. Believe the globe makers. How much money they pay you to believe in globes?
Right? It's ridiculous. Yeah, dude. The flat earthers are pretty fucking so confident, and they think you're such an idiot for believing.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's always fucking entertaining.
Yeah, dude. It's so yeah. I remember the bitch that was like the Roman Empire or whatever. Same shit. Like she's so confident, dude. She's so fucking ridiculously wrong, but yet so fucking confident, dude. So sure that she's right. Smug, condescending. She's fucking God, dude.
Yeah, it is
Bitch.
very annoying. God, the globe, fucking flat earthers. Flat earthers will never not be funny. I'm sorry. It's just always gonna be a fucking hilarious prospect.
Yeah, I love that one dude. I shared the video I think like a couple weeks ago, where he was literally like took the time to map out like, okay, if the International Space Station, and if this was a flat Earth, this is how it would work on a flat Earth. Here's how it would work if I map it on a globe. And the globe, it's just going around, going over slightly different area, a little off from the time before, going the same speed generally the whole time. And for it to work on a flat Earth, it's having to constantly speed up and slow down. If you're trying to mimic what it's supposed to do, and it ends up looking like a spirograph thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of
Yeah, I
the
don't know if you
times
got
I
that
like the
part of the
fact that
video.
I like the fact that their evidence disproves them. Like
Mhm.
so much of the time, and you're just kind of like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but what you just said makes it make more sense
Mhm.
that the Earth is not indeed
Yeah, not
flat,
flat.
and that actually doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense there, sir.
Mhm.
And you're like, and
Yeah, or they
they
go,
get really angry. And you're like, but like it's your fault. You're the one that disproved your own theory. Like nobody did that to you.
yeah, yeah, or they'll come up with something like, well, no, if the world was round, then you couldn't see more than like a mile before the horizon, raise up enough to where you can't see past it. You're like, no, it's round. It's the other way. It's not concave, be it convex or whatever. Everything's falling away from you, so it would be dropping down, not up. Like, what the fuck is your? Yeah, they're retarded. Because they'd be like, well, if you're out in the ocean, it's gonna be the elevation is gonna be 15 feet higher. It'd be miles, whatever. Like, no, it'd be lower. It's not higher, lower. You're on a ball, everything's falling away from you wherever you're at.
It's
But
very
yeah, some of it just doesn't
irritating.
make any fucking sense. But yeah, it's funny because I was literally thinking spirograph when he showed the flat Earth model of where the International Space Station would be flying over, and then he made the joke about it. It was like perfect.
Oh man. You know it could be worse.
Yeah.
They could be
One thing I
vegans.
do like about oh Jesus,
There's one of those
vegans are
things
so
where like
goddamn.
what was it? I was watching a video talking about some fucking dad who was like, I don't think my kid should be vegan. I think my kid should make his own choice, and I think his mom should fucking respect that.
Mm-hmm.
And
What an asshole.
I think I left a comment about like it's yeah, especially when it's something that unhealthy, just as a general like thing. Like it's not okay to push kids into like these unhealthy eating habits or something like that. And boy howdy, there was some people who were mad about that one. Like yeah, what do you mean it's not healthy? It's just perfectly healthy. It's the healthiest lifestyle in the world. And it's like, nah, it's not really. You have to take a bunch of supplements to get all the nutrition you need in a regular basis. It's not a healthy diet.
Yeah.
If it's a
Yeah,
healthy
you're
diet,
preaching to
you
the
don't
fucking.
have to take multivitamins. You don't have to take supplements. You're getting all the nutrition you need.
Yeah, and just eating food, eating a regular diet.
Exactly. It was just one of those ones where
Yeah.
it was like, no, it's an objectively unhealthy diet. Like it's not even like a debate like there at that point, really. But whatever.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. They're it's a cult-like level of dedication that the average vegan has to their vegan bullshit.
Yeah, there's a guy who I watch on YouTube, and it's an old channel. It's one of those like channels that was started when YouTube was like just starting out, relatively around that time. So it's actually good quality, just like a weird thing this guy's into. And it's
Right,
this
right.
New York Jew guy. So he's a skinny little like Jewish New York dude, and
Mhm.
his thing is he wants to try and document every fruit he can possibly try. Hopefully, all of the different kinds of fruit in the world.
Right, right.
And there's like
That's fine.
thousands upon thousands of fruit. Like fucking, there's like ice cream beans, and there's these twist things. I mean, there's just all these different crazy kinds of fruit from all these different countries. Some of which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like even like shit that you've never heard of before. So
Oh,
so
yeah.
and he's a vegetarian, but he's a vegetarian of the kind that's like, yeah, you eat whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. None of my business. And he doesn't tell people to eat vegetarian. That's what he chooses to eat. It's his
Yeah,
preference.
yeah.
and he's fine with
Doesn't feel
everybody
the need
eating
to
meat. He doesn't tell them they're not allowed to. Doesn't do any of that kind of shit. And he tried. He wanted to document trying the fruitarian diet for a while because he'd heard all these things about it. It was like really popular for a while. And he did this video where he tried to eat fruitarian for like the whole week. And he talked about it, and he says, now look, there are certain nutrients that you cannot get from fruit. And I will be supplementing those with these dietary like tablets that'll give me those nutrients that I need. So this is not a healthy diet, and I do not recommend you try it because it is not healthy. You need to have these other things in order for it to be a safe diet to eat. Because as a vegetarian, you can eat eggs and dairy, and you can eat fish, usually. Not all vegetarians eat fish, but it is usually allowed in vegetarian diets. And so you can get the proteins that you would normally get, eating meat, you can get from a vegetarian diet. Even if you don't eat the fish, you can still, because like eggs and milk and stuff will have a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
So you can have a healthy vegetarian diet, absolutely. But a vegan diet where you don't have any animal products, it also excludes a lot of the nutritional supplements that you would need, because there's certain things that you just can't get without eating an animal product.
Yeah, I like that video. I think it was you that posted it. The one that points out, like, because a lot of vegans will try to thing of it's murder if you're responsible for animals getting killed. And then that one video, I'm pretty sure it was you that posted where you talk about like how many mice get killed by the process of, harvesting the grains and all that shit. How many ducks get shot.
Oh yeah, I'm hardly the first one to have noticed to have posted that, but yeah, I think I posted something about that once. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, because that never, for some reason, that just for me. I'm like, yeah, that's a great fucking. It's because vegan game. Well, psychopath. So him claiming any morale shit, but for that claim, you're like, yeah, no, you're causing the death of a bunch of animals. Harvesting kills all these mice. Harvesting kills these ducks. They're preventing the ducks from eating the rice. They're killing them. Like, so no matter what you eat, unless you're literally growing it yourself, and again, everything yourself, and somehow
even if you're growing everything yourself, at a certain point, you're gonna have to protect your stuff from like mold and other like microorganisms. Like, you're gonna have to kill something to eat, whether it be plants, and there's no guarantee that plants don't feel some form of pain.
Yeah, because obviously they have some kind of fucking system that can. Obviously, they stretch towards the sun, wherever the sun is.
They grow away from things that harm them. If you have a plant planted too close to something that's really hot, it'll grow away from the hot thing because it doesn't want to burn. Yeah. So it has at least some kind of rudimentary sensory system. Maybe not, conscious, obviously, but not obviously. I shouldn't say. We don't know for sure that they don't. Well, if there's a plant that's got a consciousness, it'd be that giant fucking tree. Like in Russia, in the northern part of Russia, there is a giant tree that's like miles and miles wide. Because the way the tree grows is it grows out through the root system and puts up more trees.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's this giant, like several mile across, like fucking one tree that just takes up this giant space.
Yeah,
and it's like
similar to like how slime balls operate.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And if there's a plant that can think, that's definitely the one. Like, for sure.
Yeah. So there's something to it. So you're still killing a living organ. I mean, you can't deny sentient or not a little bit, but it is a living organism.
Exactly. And a lot of people want to pretend that, like that's, not the case. But it's like there's really no way to eat without killing something that has some sort of rudimentary like system or consciousness or network of some sort of sensors. Yeah, this is all, it's all, food, life eats life, sadly. It'd be great if there was an ethical way to eat a healthy diet that doesn't fucking involve killing animals. But if that happens, we're still going to have to kill animals. Because animals don't control their own population. So even if you
everything would get run over.
Do everything right, if there's too many deer, was they found out when they got rid of wolves in Yellowstone, the deer will eat down the fucking forest and the fields to nothing and overbreed until they just take over. Like they don't control their own population. They'll populate until it's a too many deer for the environment to, and they'll end up killing all sorts of other groups of animals off entirely. Like it'll start with deer, and then it'll end up being like every rodents, and like there'll be nothing left for anything to eat because the deer will have eaten everything down, and then everything dies. So like even if you don't eat animals, we're still gonna have to kill animals on a regular basis just to maintain a safe population level. Because the only other way we could do it is by introducing predators, which is like, you just put a step between you and the murder. You're still murdering. That's like, I didn't kill her, Your Honor. I just released a black mamba into her room. She chose to interact with the black mamba, and it killed her. I had nothing to do with it. That's not how that works. So like, you're going to have to release predators to control the population. It's like, you're still killing animals. Like, you're going to have to do it.
No, it's obviously a ridiculous idea. You claim the moral high ground. You're like, no, you're killing. Shit's getting killed on your behalf. Whether it's plants, animals, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, until we can just breathe in fucking, get nutrients from the air we breathe.
Hey, if they can manufacture a steak that tastes as good as a Wagyu, like a real genuine Wagyu steak, not the bullshit they just label Wagyu in order to get you to spend more money on shitty steak, but like a genuine, really, really high quality fucking Wagyu steak. If they can grow that shit and sell it to me for like $5 at the local fucking store, and I get the same nutritional value out of that as I get from an actual Wagyu steak that came from a cow, I'm 100% down with buying that $5 grown Wagyu steak. I'll fucking do it. Like, why not? I'll fucking go for that every night. I'll have a Wagyu steak every night for the rest of my fucking life. Whatever.
Yeah, it does really seem like they just are like, all right, if we have super fatty fucking beef, let's claim it's Wagyu and charge extra for it.
Oh, you're not... Well, like, the fucking... the amount of cows that they make that are Wagyu cows... And Wagyu just means Japanese cow, which is fucking dumb. But the quality of meat that they're selling, it's like the fucking... It's like the top 100... It's essentially, it's a top number of cattle, like a percentage of cattle that are like the best of the best cattle in Japan. This is what the original Wagyu is. And the number of those cows is very low. There's simply aren't that many of those cows. So like, when you're in a fucking Arby's,
at any grocery store. Yeah,
you're in a fucking Arby's. Arby's isn't paying the amount of money that it would cost to get that many fucking cows of that particular type of beef. And there just aren't that many in the world. Like, they just don't exist. So all of it can't be Wagyu beef. So what it turns out is anybody can grow a cow and label it Wagyu, but it can't be like A5 Wagyu or something like that.
Oh,
Because
the top of the
Wagyu is
line.
essentially just Japanese cow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I made the mistake of getting some shit that said it was Wagyu at the store. It was like a pound. It was on sale, like, still, because it was supposed to be Wagyu, like, too expensive. But I'm like, this is just greasy shit. Like, this fucking sucks.
I've actually
Like,
heard from
what
a
the
lot
fuck
of
you
a
making?
lot of people that have tried the Wagyu beef, the genuine Wagyu beef, are like, yeah, it's crap. There's too much fat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
It's
wow, so
mushy.
even the actual
It's gross.
stuff.
It's way too much fat. There's a lot of people who
Yeah.
just don't like it. I've
Right.
never
Yeah, I
had
was
any
gonna
interest
say.
in it because I look at that and I go, yeah, that it starts to melt in your hand. That's just
Yeah,
too much. Like
yeah.
I like a fatty
Oh,
cut
yeah.
of meat. Don't get me wrong. But there's a point at which
But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. That's
Yeah.
way more than any person would want. Like that's too much.
Yeah. No, I tried making burgers with it. It's impossible.
Oh, I've seen
Not
people do
impossible,
that, and they're
but-
like, always like, it was so big when it started, and then all the fat cooks out, and you're like, well, you just lost everything that made that different. You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, big ass patty is priced down to fucking nothing. Yeah, what is it? I don't even know what it's supposed to be used for, actually, now that I think about it.
the Wagyu beef.
Like,
is,
what are you supposed to use Wagyu for?
So the really, really good quality
Isn't it-
Wagyu A5 beef is, there's two things that they're typically done with it. It's made into very small steaks, where it's cooked just enough to be cooked, or it's made into
like thin,
raw
super
strips
thin.
of steak. Like they'll eat raw strips of it, like really
Yeah.
thin
Okay.
slices
Yeah, that
of it
makes
raw,
sense.
like you would do like a sashimi. But it's done with the beef, where they'll freeze it long enough that the parasites are all dead. There's no chance any parasites are still alive.
Yeah, so it's like gotcha. So it's
so it's
sushi,
like-
but with cow meat.
Essentially,
basically.
yeah, and then usually what'll happen is you'll get either a very small steak if you want to order like an actual steak of it, or you eat it raw,
Right.
or they'll serve it to you with a bunch of other stuff, and you get like maybe a half an ounce or an ounce of it amongst a bunch of other slices of meat. And so, like, you know, like it'll be like a platter of things that you grill over like a little grill in the middle of your table. So, like, that's a big thing in Japanese restaurants. It'll be like a restaurant where there's a grill in the middle of the table and everybody grills their own meat. So you would get, like,
Yeah, that makes
a
more
big
sense.
platter of meats. There'd be chicken and beef and you know, all these other kinds of stuff. And you'd 5 little slices of Wagyu, and you and your buddies would fight over who gets to eat those 5 slices, and they'd grill them up in their little fire with their little chopsticks or whatever they get, you know.
Okay, so having it Wagyu as ground beef is pretty pointless.
Yeah, no, they would
It's
never
kinda silly,
grind
right?
that meat up. They would defeat the entire purpose.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I got was a pound of ground Wagyu.
Yeah, because the
So it's on
fat
sale
is
for like half price.
would
Yeah.
just melt off of it. I can't imagine what would be the
Yeah,
point of that.
I mean, it was okay, but yeah, it was literally half the size that it started with,
Yeah.
if that.
And then, like you said, it was okay.
I kind of,
It wasn't like the best burger you ever had, no doubt. It was probably like, I could,
yeah.
you know, I could live off of that. I suppose it's not terrible.
yeah, there's no doubt that I was never buying it. Like, you know what I mean? It was not exceptional in any way, really.
Yep.
And just a pain in the ass to cook, dude. But yeah, now that makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think of it at the time, but yeah, it's way too fatty to grind and make it into ground beef. That's a fucking dumb idea.
Well, no, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people fall for that shit all the time. Like, they're buying Wagyu beef burgers, Wagyu beef sandwiches, Wagyu beef nuggets. You know,
Yeah.
just like dumb shit that doesn't make any sense. And it's all fake. The majority of it's like olive oil. Like, you know, you buy olive oil outside of Italy, you're probably buying fucking way lower grade than they tell you. If it's even olive oil.
Right.
Because there's such a like predisposition
wide definition
to
of
say,
it?
like, well, no, it's because it's valuable for what it is. What the name is so valuable that you can get fakes and sell them under that name and make a lot of money. So like,
oh, gotcha.
extra
Way
virgin
cheaper.
olive oil. Everybody knows what extra virgin olive oil is. It's a well-known thing that it's better than any other kind of oil you can use.
Right.
So I can make fake extra virgin olive oil and sell that for a whole lot more money, and my expenses are very low. And there's no regulatory body that determines whether it's extra virgin or just regular virgin or just olive oil or what. You know, like there's no fucking regulatory body at all.
It just occurred to me. I have no idea what that terminology means.
Extra virgin olive oil would be like the very first press of olive oil out of the olive.
Oh, okay. So the rest of it's just
Supposedly.
whatever's left over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get, like,
Yeah,
virgin
I was
olive oil
curious.
and
Okay, that
regular
makes
olive
sense.
oil. And it's
I got
because
you.
the
That makes
initial
sense.
squeeze
That
is
does actually
pure
make sense.
fat, and there's more like particulate matter and stuff in the other squeezes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah, I don't know why I never acted that up.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's like I
I'm glad
got
you did
screwed
that.
over trying to buy ruby cocoa powder. Because there's ruby cocoa, which may or may not be a real thing. Ruby chocolate, I think it's real. I'm pretty sure it's real. There's like ruby colored chocolate beans, and then this company figured out how to make this these red colored chocolate beans into a slightly fruity tasting chocolate. And it's just got like a slightly fruity taste, but they also add like fucking citric acid and other stuff. So it's like it's sort of halfway between the texture of a white chocolate and a milk chocolate, but it's very reddish in color, and it kind of tastes a lot like you mix passion fruit in with chocolate. So it could just be because there's only one company that makes it, and they're very secretive about the process. It could just be passion fruit flavoring mixed with chocolate. It could be total bullshit. So
Right.
I don't know, but it's kind of funny in that there's a lot of people that seem to think that it's real, and there's some people that think it's totally fake. But I tried to buy ruby cocoa powder so I could make hot chocolate like that's ruby chocolate. Because I tried the ruby chocolate bars,
Right.
pretty darn good. Everybody here really enjoyed them. I literally bought like 2 of them because they're $6 a bar.
Oh wow.
So I bought
Alright.
like 2 of them and split it up between the 4 of us. Each of us got a half a bar of chocolate, and it was good. But I ended up with rouge chocolate, which is not ruby chocolate. It's just a different kind of normal dark chocolate cocoa powder that's just very richer flavor. We found out because my mom split up she made chocolate chip cookies. And she used half of the cocoa powder that she used in there. Half of it was the rouge cocoa powder, and the other half was regular Hershey's. And holy shit, the difference is very noticeable. These are like incredibly rich like cookies. Like you don't want more than 1 or 2 at a time.
Wow.
And they're not even
That's
like
pretty nuts.
massive. They're just like normal cookie size cookies, and I like sweets. Like don't get me wrong, I enjoy my sweets, but I would not want to eat more than 2 of those in one sitting. They are so rich because of that rouge cocoa. So it's not like a disappointment that I got it, but it's like it was supposed to be ruby cocoa powder. Son of a bitch. So I gotta order some ruby cocoa powder sometime and make some hot cocoa with it, because I have a feeling it'd be really tasty hot cocoa.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, you know, like cocoa with a hint of peppermint, tasty as heck. I think cocoa with a little bit of fruit flavoring, a little fruity essence to it, will also be really quite tasty when it's warm.
Damn it, this will not let me. There was a thing I tried the other day that they had at the local fries here. And I'm having to do a screenshot apparently from. It's not letting me just fucking copy the picture. Let's see if I can post it here. But yeah, it's called white chocolate blonde. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah, they cook the chocolate. They take
it
white
says with rich
chocolate
toasted notes.
and they cook it down until it browns. Essentially, it's like caramelizing chocolate. It's really good.
Yeah, no, it was. Holy shit. I mean, I like white chocolate already, so you're getting even more compressed. I was like, I gotta
my
try.
mom hates white chocolate. She actually was like, it's actually better than regular white chocolate. I don't hate it as much, but I don't like it.
I love the white chocolate.
Oh, I'm
It's
with you on
fancy.
that. I'm a big fan. But I was surprised that my mom, who doesn't like white chocolate, was actually like, it's not terrible, but I'd rather not.
Mm,
Because, you know,
still not making the cut, huh?
yeah, still not making the cut.
But yeah, no, I got one of those about a week ago. This is pretty goddamn all right. I'm curious. Like I like to eat milk chocolate and white chocolate. It's a nice combination. I'm
Oh,
wondering if
together?
that one
I've never
still kind
tried
of
them
works.
together. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Not bad at all. It'd be nice to have like a bar that had like like one half is white chocolate, one half is milk chocolate. Wonder if it could be with peanut butter. Like peanut butter in the middle or something.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah. You know,
interesting.
you could. You actually, that'd be really easy to do. Because what you do is you'd first make the base, right? It'd be like a bar of like say milk chocolate, right? And then
Right,
you'd make
right.
a little frozen slug of peanut butter, right? That you put on the base, and then
Middle.
no, not
Yeah,
in the
put
middle.
the white
You literally
chocolate
just
on
set.
top.
You'd have it so there's a bunch of the chocolate bars in there. You'd put the peanut butter on top of the chocolate bar, and then you just pour white chocolate over the top. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it'd be super easy to
Yeah.
make that. That would actually be pretty cool. I would
Yeah.
totally be into that. That'd be pretty cool.
Let's invent it and make millions of dollars.
It'd be nice. I don't think anybody'd pay us for it.
You never know. There's plenty of crap out there that people buy. This sounds like it's delicious crap. Yeah, we're gonna forget about it in 5 minutes. Never
Yeah,
mind.
really.
You fucking goldfish attention spans. Yep.
Would people buy it though?
There'd be people. People would buy it. Not necessarily a lot of people. There'd be people that would buy it.
True. Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be somebody who'll buy it, but
Yeah. Well, I figure if I like it, other people are gonna like it. Maybe
no,
not everybody.
That's not
Probably
a
not everybody.
bad logic.
Yeah. If I really like it, then there are gonna be people that at least kind of like it and will buy it. Other people that also really like it. Although that's the same kind of logic I used for our show. Like I enjoy doing this, so I don't. People not enjoy listening to it.
Yeah, everybody should
So
enjoy listening to it. I like it.
Yeah. So it might not be the best logic that I'm using there.
I think you're right. You should just what do you call it? We'll just stick with that. Like you're right. Everybody should like it. Fuck it. I'm in.
Indeed. Yeah. We'll demand it. We'll call them racist if they don't. Because it's, it's
I'm
black and
doubling
white
now.
and brown.
How could you? I didn't know you could make me want to be in more.
That's perfect. Because, yeah, you got the black, milk chocolate, white chocolate for the white folk, brown in the middle. Yeah, everybody's racist if they don't eat it.
Ooh, I like that. I like that idea. I mean, we could
That's a good
literally
slogan.
force people to eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Only non-racists eat this. You don't want to be one of those other people.
Hey, you don't want to be a racist. You got to eat our chocolate.
Don't be racist. Buy me. Put that right on the wrapper. The egalitarian bar. They're the equity bar. How's
The
that?
equity bar. I was gonna say egalitarian would be the opposite of what we're aiming for.
Yeah, plus it's just too, even if it fit, that word's a little too, a little ostentatious. Equity sounds good, and the lefties love the word.
Yeah, they don't understand what it really means, but they do like it.
It's
Yeah,
the
I don't know
Harrison
what is-
Bergeron.
What is their thing with equity? Like why does everything have to be equal? Like, are they putting in equal amounts of effort? Then why should they get equal amounts of stuff?
Yeah, well, that's the issue.
If
Is they
somebody's
want
not going to do any work, then why should they get to live in a mansion? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's a big part of it. They don't want to have to try hard to get anywhere. But it's just that everyone should get equal amounts of shit without putting in equal amounts of effort or having talent, ability, whatever. Like it's unfair that they're just average in every way or below average. So everybody should have the same amount of shit. It's like, why am I not in the NBA? I really like to play basketball. Just the fact that I'm short and slow, that's fucking racist. I should be in the NBA. We should all be making the equal amounts of money.
To be fair, if you were in the NBA, it would probably attract a lot of people that would otherwise not watch the NBA.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Like I don't watch
I'm
the
in my late
NBA,
40s.
but I'm willing to bet with you on the team, those games are going to be a lot funnier. And I'm kind of in. I kind of want to see that.
Oh, fuck. If I only had the vertical leap of my youth, maybe I'd have a shot. Now I'm thinking my vertical leap's like maybe 6 inches.
Vertical
When it used
leap?
to be like
What's
36. Yeah, just
Is that like
how
a
you can
leap
jump
from just standing
from
still?
a standing spot. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because it was like 36 inches when I was a freshman in high school. So 3 feet. I could literally jump 3 feet off the ground from a standing spot.
Oh, that's not bad. I assume.
For a fucking white guy, it's amazing, dude.
I've never did a vertical leap when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, our PE teacher was a fucking bastard, so I assume he was fucking trolling for talent. Like, oh shit, you can jump. Come out for the team.
Oh yeah, I did get recruited. Tried to get recruited for sports. It was funny because like I did Little League because my dad made me do Little League, but also I enjoyed it. So like it was fine.
Right.
But I'm not a fan of football. I'm not a fan of like violent like sports. And
Right.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who will be like, "That football is not violent," and you'll be like, "Yes, it is."
Yeah. Anybody that tries to make that claim is.
Yeah.
Like they've definitely tried to clean it up. Like they've done a lot to try to make it safer.
It's called tackling for a reason.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get tackled, and I don't want to tackle people. It's just not my thing. Not that kind of guy. If when I was in high school, if the golf coach had come up and said, "Hey, you want to play golf?" I'd have been like, "Yeah, that sounds fun." And to go out and hang out for the day in a nice field and walk around and see cool things and fucking hit a ball with a stick for fun. Sure, I'm in.
Yeah. And then as soon as you join, you're like, it's full contact golf, sucker.
Yeah,
You're getting hit like crazy.
But my dad had tried to get me to do football. He's like, "You need to do football." I'm like, "No, thanks. I have no interest in football. I don't like watching it. I don't want to play it." And he's like, "No, you have to do football." And I'm like, "Make me." And he's just like, "All right, fine." Like, eventually he just gave up, right?
God damn it.
And so within about a week of that conversation between me and my father, the one of the coaches, I think they called him Coach Bear because he was a big black dude. Was like saw me one day and he's like, "Oh, you're huge. You got to play football." Because I was like, I wasn't super fat. I was fat, but I wasn't like super fat. But I was just big just in general. Like I've always been a very strong, very physically large person.
Yeah, you're pretty wide, dude. Yeah, and I'm not saying fat wide. I'm just saying like body seems pretty wide, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You're pretty big dude.
Well, like I had friends in high school who would run across, like just full dead run, and just take a flying leap and land on my back because it wouldn't stagger me.
Didn't move you at all.
They wouldn't. They literally just land on my back and then be perched on my back. So like it was like I just keep walking, and I might move a little bit forward. I might stumble. It wasn't like I wouldn't get knocked down. I wouldn't really even come close. It would just be like, oh, I might step forward a little bit to kind of absorb some of the impact because it wasn't expected, kind of thing. But yeah, no, they would just do that.
Right.
It was no big deal because it was like, oh yeah, I can, no problem. I'm fine. But this guy wanted to force me on there. He's like, oh, I'm going to call your dad. He's going to make you do it. I'm like, hold on a second here. Wrote my phone number down on a piece of paper. I said, best of luck, buddy. And walked away.
Can I sit here and listen? Can I listen as you try to fucking tell my dad? Oh, yeah. It's getting close to the time, I guess. Big dummy. No, I'm not trying to fucking rhyme. Yeah, silence.
Sorry, they were doing quesadillas for dinner, and I had to put in my order for what I wanted. I wanted
It's getting pretty close.
Chicken and rice quesadillas. I don't know if you've ever had rice on a quesadilla, but if you get like that species of rice or Spanish rice, and you put a little bit of rice in that quesadilla, it's pretty fucking good. It's surprisingly good.
Yeah. No, I've done it with rice on the side plenty of times. Yeah.
No, you put it in the quesadilla with like a little chicken or a little beef and some rice. It's actually really fucking good. It's weird.
Do you ever try using like refried beans with a quesadilla?
In a quesadilla? I've never put beans in a quesadilla. Is that really good too?
No, not in. No.
Oh, with a
not
quesadilla, absolutely.
You use it like a dip. Yeah, like use it as a dip, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, that's, like I said, I like, the only, with chicken and rice, it's really good on a tostada for some reason. Chicken and rice together, obviously beans too. So, you got the beans, you got the cheese, chicken, rice, lettuce, and all the other shit. Yeah, for some reason, man, chicken and rice on a tostada is really good.
You know those cheap frozen burritos? You buy like a cheap frozen bean and cheese burrito at the store or whatever, and they come in like a bag of frozen burritos. A spoonful of peanut butter on top of one of those is amazing.
Yeah, you've said that before. I still can't bring myself to try it, dude.
Oh, you gotta get around it.
I still think you're fucking with me.
Everybody thinks I'm fucking with them when I say that, and the other one that everybody thinks I'm fucking with them when I say is the toasted cheese and banana. Like you take American cheese.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense.
And you put a thin,
that makes a little more sense.
Like quarter-inch thin or even thinner if you can get it, slice of banana between two slices of cheese between the bread. Slice the cheese on each side of the banana, and then you got your bread, and you butter it up and you grill it. Amazing.
Right.
So good. And I think what people forget is it used to be when you would get a dessert in like a lot of things that people would eat for dessert, where a lot of times it's just cheese and fruit.
Yeah.
And
apple pie with
fruit
cheese
tray is usually what they serve with wine. Cheese and fruit really, really goes together quite well. The other thing that's really good is if you're doing like a Swiss or a Gruyere cheese. Gruyere, whatever. It's like the other kind of Swiss. It's Swiss, and then like one that's like really similar to Swiss. Or like Havarti or something. They're all kind of the same kind of thing. With a thin slice of apple in the middle is really, really good.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like I remember hearing about apple pie with cheese on it. And again, I was like, what? That sounds fucking awful. I've never tried it, but again, then I heard that used to happen all the time. It would have a piece of apple pie. It would have cheese like melted on the top of it. Oh, it's
good. It's so good.
Yeah,
you want to get apple pie with a regular crust. You don't want apple pie with that crumble topping.
Like the Dutch apple pie or whatever.
Yeah, where it's got that spicy crumble topping on. That doesn't work with cheese.
Yeah.
The spices,
Yeah, that
it's
makes
just too
sense.
fucking gross. If you want a really
So
good
just a
cheese
regular
apple pie,
crust
it's got to
top,
have a
yeah.
regular crust on the top. It could be like with the
Yeah.
sprinkled sugar on top of the crust. That's fine, but not with all the spicy seasoned crumble topping.
Mm.
Then it'll be you'll
Gotcha.
regret it, and it'll be gross.
Right.
Trust me,
Gotcha.
I tried it once, and it was really fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you normally use on an apple pie? Cheddar? Is that what it usually is?
Yeah, it's a really good strong cheddar, a really sharp cheddar cheese.
Yeah, I love,
and it's like a
dude. Yeah.
If you're gonna have like a regular sliced apple pie, you would take about a slice the kind of size you would put on a sandwich. Like as thick
right.
and as big around as you would put on a sandwich normally is perfectly fine for the apple pie. Like, that's about as much cheese as you want.
Yeah, I definitely prefer when it comes to cheddar. The sharper the better.
Yep.
Like if it's extra sharp and like almost crumbly, like I love that shit, dude.
That's exactly the one you want. Extra sharp. And it really works with apple pie. It's super good, super tasty. It's one of those things where like, you know what? I've had apple pie a few times, and I kind of want to have it with cheese this time. You know, like you're not going to want it every single time you have apple pie, but once in a while, pretty good.
Yeah. Next time I do, because apple's not my favorite. But... So yeah, I'll get that. They usually have some kind of extra sharp cheddar at the store, whether it's Tillamook or I think they even have a too. So it's not super expensive. Yeah, I'll have to try it one of these days. On one slice, obviously. Try it out, see how it goes. But yeah, I remember my grandfather telling me that was really good. The cheddar cheese on top of apple pie like that. Never seen it though. It's weird because apparently it was super popular, but I've never seen it.
When you're making grilled cheese, you can, instead of spreading butter on the outside, you can spread mayonnaise.
Ooh, on the outside?
On the outside of the sandwich, you can spread mayonnaise on the outside and grill it, and it's really good. It's a little crispier, a little crunchier, a little more flavorful. Because it's just
I've been making a lot of those lately.
You know, it literally it's just oil and egg that you're mixing on the outside. It works really well.
Yeah, interesting.
Tasty.
It's funny because I've made like a dozen grilled cheese sandwiches like within the last week, dude. That's fucking funny. Interesting you bring that up.
The reason I know I ended up trying the banana grilled cheese is because I've always liked as a snack, if I'm eating a banana, to have a slice of American cheese with the banana. And you take like half a slice of the cheese, and you take half the banana, and you just take a bite of both. Like you kind of wrap it around the banana a little bit.
Right.
Since I was a little kid, and my mom is like, you know, I don't remember how that started, but it's like one day you just had both, and you started eating them together, and I was like, well, it's fruit.
Right. It's fruit, it's cheese, it's relatively healthy.
Yeah, I mean, for a little kid, you know, you get them to eat whatever you fucking can if it's, you know, not chicken nuggets or waffles or a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Like, that's acceptable. He's not asking for nothing but straight bars or something.
Yeah, I'm not like demanding chocolate chip cookies or
such.
ice cream or a milkshake. It's like, oh, you want cheese and a banana? All right, well, banana's great for you, so here you go, Bucky.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot with my son growing up. Because, he liked stuff like bananas, grapes. He liked cheese a lot. So, I would just cut up little cheese cubes and fucking grapes and give it to them as a snack. I gave him a lot of unhealthy shit, too. Don't get me wrong.
You got to mix
But I definitely,
You got to mix in some good stuff, too. You know, you got to give them, like, the treats and stuff. You can't just always be nothing but healthy food. And you can't just always be nothing but unhealthy food.
Yeah, I kind of felt like growing up, when restricting that to a really strong restriction against all that kind of shit, as an adult, they're going to, like, crave it a bunch. So, like, I would have them have it fairly regularly, not, again, more often than not, I go with something healthy, but, I feel like doing that makes it to where they don't crave it as much when they're older and they can eat whatever the fuck they want. I don't know if that's true.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right because a big part of the motivation I have for eating a lot of like when I eat sweets is that it wasn't allowed. I wasn't supposed to have them.
Yeah.
It's like when I moved out on my own. The first night when I moved out on my own, I had ice cream for dinner, which was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I felt so bad the next day because it was like that was a lot of fucking ice cream. And you learn why you don't eat ice cream for dinner.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay. I guess they got the point on that one at least. But yeah, no, my son doesn't crave any of that shit though. Like he doesn't really drink soda all that often. He doesn't sweets. Like every once in a while he'll do something like sweets wise, but yeah, really rare. That he does all that shit.
Hey, not so bad.
I think at least in that case, it seemed to have worked.
One of the guys I used to hang out with never would hated chocolate. Could not stand chocolate. Would not eat it. Would never have any chocolate.
That is bizarre.
Yep.
It's a hard. Unless it's dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's kind of gross.
Oh, I love dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate better than milk. But like this dude would just none of it. Not dark. Not light. Not white. None of it. Just not a fan. Hated chocolate.
There's a dark chocolate bar. There's a brand where people would do like a challenge with it. Like it was super high percentage dark chocolate. To where it was almost like baker's chocolate. Like it wasn't really that like super dry, super chalky.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of the fucking name. I'm trying to think of what the name of the thing was. It's like I think it's a candy bar somewhere out of Europe. Never mind. I'm not gonna remember.
Kinder?
Huh?
Kinder?
What?
Was it Ritter or good. Kinder? There's two kinds of chocolate that I know that are extremely popular, and it's Ritter chocolate and Kinder chocolate. So
I don't think this one was that popular. It's like done as a challenge. Like I bet you can't eat all of this because it's so gross and chalky.
Oh. Yeah, I wonder what the Kinder might be. It might be Kinder because they do those eggs, so their chocolate probably isn't the best chocolate.
Yeah, those are actually okay. Kinder's good stuff. Kinder's actually good. That's more milk chocolate.
Oh, what's the?
Sometimes you'll see on like especially on the
Easter
dark
candy.
Bars.
Because there's like a brand of chocolate that you get Easter candy in. And it's like this
it's that
Palmer
weird taste.
Palmer chocolate.
Yeah,
maybe it's like Palmer because that would be a challenge.
Yeah,
to eat a lot of Palmer chocolate.
Even
as a kid, you were like, "Yeah, I had a piece of that." I'm done.
Yeah, I remember. There's like the you know what chocolate always tasted really weird to me was the chocolate coin chocolate, like you get for like Christmas.
Gross.
That tasted gross, dude.
Yeah, it was never good.
I was like, this is bullshit. This is false advertising. Like this should really not be allowed to be called milk chocolate.
It's really common to serve that for Jewish kids. It's part of the Jewish what do you call it? I forget what it's not Christmas. It's
Hanukkah.
Yeah, it's part of the Hanukkah thing. If you get the really good quality Jewish ones, they're really good. They use a different kind of chocolate.
Okay.
But you're going to spend a lot more money for it, and honestly, it's shitty either way. It's really not worth it.
Yeah.
But it's much better than the fucking ones you got when you were a kid. We should probably call it a day. It is a little after.
All right. Yeah, we're good. All right, yeah. So let's see. Nobody's listening, so bye-bye.